But it was, it happened. Different media organizations were saying, like, oh, they've got X amount of air left, and it was well after they would have popped. So.
Yeah, we watched a documentary on Netflix. I remember Bo was with me. We were down at the lake last year, and it's so boring. Bo was out within 3 minutes, just in one of these recliners, out cold, with Bud Light in hand. And I made it through it, but it was so boring.
But to your point, the implosion also imploded the body. They blew up, too.
Yeah, they were dust. Yeah, crushed.
69-year-old man in Wisconsin was questioned by police after he flew his helicopter to a store because driving would have, quote, taken too long.
Yeah, I feel you, brother.
Now, as per the Washington County Police Department, 69-year-old man landed in the parking lot on August 1st, which triggered them to receive a few calls about it. However, when they checked on things, they weren't actually needed. Quote, after making contact with the pilot, 69-year-old Rosendale man, deputy learned that he had flown to Cabela's because, in his word, quote, the drive was too long. Now, the pilot was properly licensed, landed safely, complied with all applicable FAA regulations, and took the time to answer the deputy's questions regarding helicopter landing requirements. In the end, no arrests were made, nor had the man actually violated any sort of rules.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know. I mean, I would think it is a courtesy to let Cabela's know I'm going to pull one down in your parking lot.
Because that is going to mess up parking a little bit. It seems like plenty of spots.
But I was just thinking, I mean, what is the law against this?
Yeah, and if you had a helicopter, you can't tell me that none of you would just use the helicopter for short trips just to avoid 280 traffic.
Oh, yeah, 100% would.
Yeah.
How good would it be to get back from say an Alabama or Auburn football game and not have to deal with traffic?
Yes.
You could actually stay for the ending, make it to the helipad, and then fly back home.
Get home for the late games.
What is a doable helicopter distance? Like, I mean, could you go to
100 miles? Right?
I mean, could you go to Knoxville without a problem?
I guess. Yeah.
I
average range of 200 to 500 miles on a single tank.
Okay.
Yeah. I will tell you this. I did, when I was hosting the Mike Shula show, I did a morning hit at a Talladega race, the fall race, because it was during football season. An organization who worked very close with the University of Alabama, also works very close at protecting you at Talladega, has a helicopter, and Alabama arranged it to where after the 9 o'clock show was over, 9 in the morning, that I got onto the helicopter. They flew me to Tuscaloosa. We recorded the Shula show on Sunday morning is when we recorded the Shula show. They waited on me at the university. I recorded that show. Then I got back on the helicopter and flew back to Talladega to cover that. So, and it was like that. So Tuscaloosa to Talladega.
Very loud, though, right?
On race day.
Did you have to wear those headsets?
You had to
like
wear
they
the
do?
headphones to talk. Yeah. But
what would you guess Talladega, the speedway to the Alabama football complex, door to door, 30 minutes?
It was less than an hour.
Yeah.
Less than an hour.
Would be convenient.
Yeah.
I don't think I would trust anybody flying me in a helicopter, though. Seems like they've got issues a lot.
Yeah.
That was the day I burned my retina, and I think it still bothers me today, my left retina. I thought something had happened on the helicopter because we did do a couple of things with the door open. And I thought maybe a piece of glass or dust or something had blown into it, and that's what was causing the pain. But they'd gotten new lights. Forrester knows the I can't remember.
When you trust a doctor with your life, they owe you proper care. If medical negligence left you or a loved one injured, you deserve answers and compensation. Alexander Chenard trial attorneys have recovered over $2 billion for their clients harmed by medical errors, misdiagnoses, and surgical mistakes. They fight hospitals and insurance companies so you can focus on healing. Don't wait. Medical malpractice cases have strict deadlines in Alabama. Call Alexander Chenard trial attorneys now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. You pay nothing unless they win. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, starting another week of the show as we creep closer to the kickoff of college and NFL. We got more NFL preseason coming up. We got college camps, fall camps in action with a ton of video, including the most viral college football video from a camp yet this summer. He's Lance Taylor. I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway on vacation this week, so the dummy will be in the chair all week there, and the other two dummies right here. Tyler, Scott, and Brooks, the entire crew behind the glass. You have a great weekend? Everything good?
I did, man. Very, very low-key. Had a really good friend come in town on Friday afternoon, and I'm trying to even remember if we left the house. Really didn't. Just kind of hung out at the pool all weekend. I'm sure that you got in, let's go, 54 holes?
Lance, I'll remind you, I was moving my daughter into the sorority house at the University of South Alabama Saturday.
Okay, you're creative on how you get around, and you're able to slide around a golf.
You think
so
that
only
included
36 holes.
Only 30. Well, do you count Friday as the weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, 36. Yes. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you counted Friday as the weekend. So anything after the show on Friday is where we start the count?
Yeah. So okay. What do we probably should count 2 movies as a round of golf.
Probably
is that
so,
fair?
yeah.
Yeah, I would say it takes about the same, probably.
Yeah.
I want to see if I saw 4 movies over the weekend.
Movie and a half. Well, a round of golf for me is 3.5 hours. So that's about a movie and a half ago.
I think I only saw 3 movies this weekend.
Yeah. Sometimes I might see 2 low-budget movies that are 90 minutes apiece.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, we'll get into.
I
did see Spider-Man over the weekend finally, and we'll get into that on the next reel, or we can talk about it at any point. You guys won't do this 3 hours. But looking for tickets from Friday to Saturday, finally getting tickets yesterday. Something must be wrong with Patton Creek because not nearly as many people locally go there.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you go there?
I couldn't get a ticket.
Tyler questioning your choices already.
No, I could not get a ticket. And I'm not going to watch in 3D. So my only option was IMAX, which I didn't feel like it was a bad option until I purchased 4 tickets, and it was over $100. It was like $103 or something for 4 tickets.
That's why I do the membership, and it doesn't matter which format I choose.
Yeah, I don't know how a family of 4 consistently would go to the movies.
They don't.
I don't think they do. I think that's part of the problem with the movies right now, right?
We did the 4 tickets. We got 1 large popcorn, only 3 drinks and 3 snacks on the side, and that was like $60. So it was $170.
Snacks on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to sneak them snacks in.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to
survive.
survive.
I think if you picked Alabama, East Carolina might not be as expensive.
Yeah, I may have gone to 2 World Cup games, but I don't buy concessions at the movies usually.
What was your total bill?
$170, I think, for 4.
For 4, Bama, East Carolina. That's going to be a face value ticket, even though it's the opening game, right?
I think it would be below.
What is face on a Bama ticket? I don't even know what face on a Bama ticket is now.
I would think probably $100. So I could be
$100 for Bama, East Carolina is what they're charging. You think? No, I'm not talking about seed donation or anything. I'm talking about the actual printed value on the face of the Alabama.
I would think it would be $100.
They're charging $100 to see Alabama, East Carolina.
You can't get anything for less than $100. I got pizza delivered on Saturday night. Again, outside of going to see Spider-Man, did leave the house. And it was a local joint. It was $55.
Yeah.
So just the Google AI sourcing from Alabama Athletics, at least, says face value for the upper deck tickets for Alabama East Carolina is $30, while lower deck face value is $60. Plus sales tax.
I was completely wrong.
You're going to want to sell to Lance. He thinks it's $100. You're going to make a nice little
profit. I'll sell you 2 tickets for $100.
So to your point, though, 4 upper decks are cheaper than going to the movie.
That's going to be a face value ticket at Keck, right?
I would think
Bama,
so.
East Carolina.
Yeah, it's going to be 110 hells, upper deck. By that point, really the only intrigue, I guess, would be to come see who's, the quarterback rotation, who's getting how many snaps, who the first team guy is.
Yeah.
That would be really the only intrigue.
Can you find, Tyler, I don't know what you're looking for now, but can you find face for Auburn Baylor, the face value for the Auburn Baylor game in Atlanta? That's going to be more expensive. It's not hot, it's air conditioned.
But I don't think there's going to be a huge demand for that because, Baylor fans aren't going to travel.
No. It will be Auburn fans that normally would be at Jordan-Hare just driving to Atlanta instead of Auburn.
Let's see. What I'm seeing is initial primary face value tickets were sold out during the season ticket renewal windows, and secondary and resale tickets are around $92.
That's not bad. For a game at Mercedes-Benz.
But I think there's probably, because that is Labor Day weekend, it probably jacked up a lot of Auburn fans that like to go to Lake Barton.
Yeah.
Spend the weekend on the lake, just drive over for the game and drive back. Now, I know Atlanta's not a massive haul from Lake Barton, but a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, now to your defense on the face value of the tickets, the bigger games are more expensive. I do think it touches $100, $125.
I really have no idea
for the primo games.
I'll go to and yes, I do pay for my tickets when I go because I never I never get credentialed.
Right.
Like I can't. I think the last time I got credentialed was Peerless Price took one to the house against Alabama in 2002.
Good grief.
2003.
That is a long time ago.
I just don't do it. But when I go, I don't know what I pay typically. I mean, I do know what I pay, but I would think it's around there. But it's only big games.
But you're. I know what Alabama and Auburn does this too. But the ticket is more expensive for the bigger games. For the Georgia game, it'll be more expensive. When Auburn is hosting the Iron Bowl or hosting Georgia, that's a more expensive ticket. So I get all that. But to your point, your original point, you could probably take a family to 4 to Bama, East Carolina for about the same price you get the movies, and that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Once you park and get food and all, I mean, you're probably going to be more expensive.
This is old man, and I wish I would have done this. For a while, I saved like all my ticket stubs to different things.
Yeah,
I don't know where they are now.
I've got a box full of them.
But I used to have the theater ticket stubs too.
Oh, I've never had those.
Yeah, and
mine are only games.
I think just visually trying to remember this, I remember like $4.25 a ticket, $4.25. Now that was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But where it is right now, when you're talking about over $25 a ticket.
No, I know, it's crazy
for a 4:00 Sunday feature.
Yeah. Any IMAX, Prime, or 3D ticket is going to be more expensive, and then the regular showings are like $15 a ticket.
I mean, does that blow? I know it doesn't blow you away. Does it blow you away the second weekend you can't find a ticket in the entire
that is pretty
theater?
Crazy. I mean, I assume they don't have as many showings as they used to.
No,
is that
my
part
God,
of the
they've got a ton.
No,
is it a ton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Summit had. I counted the other day. They had 25 screenings of Spider-Man in one day.
Tyler showed me how to go online and purchase tickets because it's like the darker tickets gone, the lighter. So he kind of showed me this. So all I did all weekend was just look at this.
Just refresh.
It was just completely sold out. And so finally got a 4-pack yesterday, grabbed it, didn't even look at the price until it rang up. And I was like, damn, and it has gotten expensive to go to the movie.
Troy says a lot of Auburn fans are pissed because the Auburn-Baylor game is the same weekend as Dragon Con. That has been the case the entire time that game has been played in the first weekend in Atlanta. Like every new fan base that goes there, I remember the first time Alabama fans went, we started getting phone calls like, guys, I went to the game. My hotel was crazy, man. People were in these costumes, That has been the case this weekend of this game. It's always the same weekend as Dragon Con.
Yeah, like if I'm
whatever con they call it.
And that's why Dragon Con's never been a bracket challenge punishment because I've pushed for that every single year.
Well, that and there's some legalities behind sharing the videos.
And by the way, we do have a hang up. We're shooting for Friday. We do need to meet about this. But I got a email over the weekend. Uber is saying your driver's license expires August 25th or something. In order to move forward with Uber, you've got to come get your driver's license renewed. So, I mean, I need
got to do that
it.
either way.
Yeah, I would have not known if it wasn't for Uber.
Yeah,
so I've got to do it. I've just got to make sure that I do it this week in order for us to be able to execute this on Friday. But let's talk about that. But I kind of like the Dragon Cons and things like that. If I'm already down there, just the ability to people watch. When the last time we were in Atlanta as a show, we were over there for SEC Media Days last summer, and remember Beyonce was there.
That's right. Yeah. During SEC Media Days, she was doing 2 nights at Mercedes. Was it at Mercedes or Phillips?
It was at Phillips. No, it was
at
Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah.
Mercedes, and I thought it was 3 nights. I have never seen so many gay guys in cowboy hats in one area in my life. I probably never will again.
You may not. I don't know. I didn't keep count.
All
I know is the fashion that weekend was something else. Yep. There was plenty of skin showing, plenty of leather, plenty of cowboy hats.
But when we were in New Orleans 3 weeks ago, they had Dragon Con was going on, but they also, and I might have mentioned this on the show, they had it was the weekend before we were there, Dragon Con and a swingers convention at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what the bartender had told us.
That's a good mix.
Yeah. By the way, do you do the online
whole convention for it?
For swingers?
There's conventions for everything.
Yeah. Do you do your driver's license renewal online?
I'll probably go to the DMV.
Do you think?
I don't know why I asked that question, Tyler. It's so much easier online. They just mail it.
Is it?
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I mean, all you do is...
You just don't get your picture updated when you do it.
No, I don't care about that. But, I mean, am I going to get it back in time?
Well,
I think time is of the essence.
Well, I mean, but either way, you're only going to have a paper copy.
Oh, I know, but as long as I can
I think actually if you
it.
do it online, you can immediately print a paper copy. I think that's correct.
I think so.
Okay.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I think you can immediately print a paper copy if you do
when
it online.
When I get home later
and then they
today,
send
I
you
will get Mom to take care of this for me.
Yes, I'll update Maddie on all this later. I don't know why I'm talking to him. All right, let's get to the camp news. Let's start with our friends at Hoover Toyota, bringing you part of the show today here.
I have already reached out to our friends at Hoover Toyota this morning on the ride in to try to schedule getting my car serviced. I'm at 9,700 miles. I think I was supposed to get a oil change a couple of hundred miles ago. So trying to get that done in the next couple of days. But look, their service department, I've utilized those guys a couple of times already. It starts when they throw you the keys, that buying experience, the red carpet program they're going to roll out for you. They've been doing it for 2 decades, not only in Birmingham, Alabaster, also Vestavia as well. Conveniently located Highway 150, on-site finance department, incredible inventory there. Get in, see Scott Peoples, all of our fine folks there at Hoover Toyota. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. For more information and to view that inventory online, HooverToyota.com.
And our friends at Way to Wellness bring you part of the show, too. That's the organization that got Dunaway back in shape. It wasn't just losing weight. Now, Jim did lose a lot of weight. But it was also just getting your numbers back where they're supposed to be, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, all the critical numbers that are a measure of your overall health. That's what Weight and Wellness helps you do. And it is a plan that is structured especially for you based on a risk-free evaluation from our friend Leslie and her board-certified staff that determines the exact plan that will work for you. That's why the website is aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. Set up a visit now. And go see Leslie and her staff and see if Way to Wellness is right for you. aplanforme.com. That's Way to Wellness, aplanforme.com. Let's start with the video that was making the rounds over the weekend. It is the highlight video of fall camp. And so often these things don't result in what people think they're going to. But here is Cam Coleman. Have you seen this yet, Lance?
I have not.
How do you like that catch?
That's a good catch. Yep.
Texas receiver Cam Coleman. Now, the negative is going to be everybody's like, boy, was that Arch making the throw? What a terrible pass.
That was a terrible pass. It almost even looked tipped. I know it was in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Texas fans are saying the ball was tipped.
Oh, yeah, Arch couldn't pop. Well, that's...
I mean, look, it was. I mean, the rotation, you could tell it was tipped.
Then I got to go the negative. Like, either Arch got to get that ball up or the line's got to get those hands down, Brooks. One of the two.
Arch does have a little sidearm action, so it could have been not high enough.
Something failed here, but boy, how about that catch?
I mean, I am fascinated to see Arch if he picks up where he left off. I mean, he was terrible last September.
Are you more fascinated to see Arch or see Cam Coleman in what appears to be a functional offense?
Well, I mean, look, in order for it to be functional, I think Cam will ultimately be their number one. I would assume the way Sark would do this, though, is Ryan Wingo, just a guy that's been in that offense for a couple of years, is at least viewed as the one right now. But I think Cam Coleman's ultimately going to be that guy. But, it depends on how good Arch is. I mean, I don't think any receiver could have, really stood out last September through middle of October.
Well, Lance, I'm sitting here thinking, when Sark was at Alabama as the offensive play caller, who was the number one receiver on that team? They didn't really have one.
Well, I mean,
they had a bunch of alphas.
You had Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle until Waddle got hurt, and then it was all Devontae Smith after that.
Well, wasn't he there in 19 as well?
I think he was. When you
had Jerry Jeudy,
Henry Ruggs.
Smith.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. When you had a bunch of stars, you just let everybody be stars. Now, that was one of the best offenses we've ever seen.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And especially with multiple backs that he's got right now in Raleek Brown and Hollywood Smothers. I mean, look, it's just an excess of riches for Arch Manning.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested to see how good he's going to be this year.
I am too. But
last year he was so hyped up, and there were obviously a lot of flaws.
Yeah. I mean, but I am genuinely, I think, more interested in seeing what Cam Coleman is in that offense because I had such high hopes for Cam Coleman at Auburn, and it was just a non-functional offense. He didn't have good quarterback play. He didn't have quality play calling. The whole thing was just a mess. And then he gets that one game when Hugh Freeze is fired and DJ Durkin takes over.
The Vanderbilt game.
The Vanderbilt game where he's tremendous. I mean, that's the one game at Auburn you actually got to see the guy play a little bit, and you're like, wow, I'd love to see more of that.
Yeah, and I wonder if it was more, Ashton Daniels did look good in that game, but, was it more about, Auburn finally that skill that we had talked about for a couple of years came to life?
Yeah. Let's go Arch Manning real quick. Last year, 61% completion percentage. Lower or higher this year?
Oh, it's going to be higher.
It's got to be higher, right?
Yeah.
3163, so 3,200 yards.
I think that
It's
going to be a little bit
243
higher.
a game.
Yeah.
243 a game ain't bad.
A little bit, but not much, just because of the backs you've got.
26 touchdowns.
Should be more.
7 picks.
I mean, I think if you get 30 touchdowns, 7 picks, I think you take a 4+1 ratio there. Yeah.
So across the board, you think his numbers go up?
I do.
I mean,
now rushing, what do we got?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go back to him.
Yeah, and by the way, when you're pulling that in that Vanderbilt 45-38 Vanderbilt win in overtime. Yeah, Cam Coleman had 10 grabs, 143 yards at a touchdown. Eric Singleton had 11 grabs, 102 yards at a touchdown.
Yeah, what a game.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremiah Cobb went 115 on the ground. Ashton Daniels rushed for 89 with 2 touchdowns.
92 carries, 399, 10 touchdowns for Arch Manning.
He will be over 500 yards rushing. Yeah, I mean, his
so
numbers
up
are going
there,
to be.
and then if he's over 500, it's going to be more than 10 touchdowns too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's 40-plus touchdowns this year.
Combined.
Yeah.
So 30 passing, plus 30 passing, plus 10 rushing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. In Sark's system, for a second-year quarterback with the skill set of Arch Manning, I mean, if he stays healthy, I don't know how you don't demolish those numbers.
Cam Coleman, more yard. I've just tipped it off that it's more. What do you think his yards were in 12 games, Cam Coleman?
His total yards?
Total yards in 12 games receiving. I'll give you.
I would go 860.
Okay, so it's less. I see. This is more than I would have initially guessed. 708. Like it felt like 500. Honestly,
I mean, I knew it wasn't 1,000 because you haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in 27 years now.
Yeah, and to be fair, there were only 2 of those in the entire SEC last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cam Coleman, 708 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 of those were in the Vandy game, right? One. Okay, I thought it was 2, but you just told me it was 1. I mean, those numbers go up, right? 708 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Texas' leading receiver was Wingo. He only had 834 yards.
But I think Wingo.
And 7 touchdowns.
I would be really surprised if Wingo and Cam Coleman aren't both 1,000-yard receivers.
How does Texas not win the national championship?
Well, I mean, I just think offensively they're going to put up big numbers. I mean, they have to.
Do you trust Will Muschamp?
Yeah, I mean, I think Texas is going to be really good. I think I got them in the top 5, top 6.
I mean, if they've got 2,000-yard receivers, then Arch has had a tremendous year.
No, but I think Sark will find a way to blow it in one of these big games.
That's the one thing you don't have faith in, is Steve Sarkisian.
I mean, I really don't. Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, until he wins that big game.
Yeah, as a head coach, no. As a play caller, yeah. I mean, his offense, to your point, has always been good, and I think will always continue to be good.
The biggest games he's won, a Big 12 championship game where they were obviously the more talented team, and then once they got to a college football playoff, in year 1 he loses to Kalen DeBoer in Washington, lesser talent, better coach, and then in year 2 he beats Arizona State and Kenny Dillingham. I mean, that was their win. Now, they came close, but, there was some interesting play calling down on the goal line against Ohio State.
There was. Now, Klatt, was it Klatt that defended that? I think it was Klatt that defended that. You never bought that defense. Klatt was like, there were absolutely 0 teams that ran it in on them.
But you got 1st and goal at the 1. I mean,
you got to at least try it once.
We're trying to get to a national championship game here.
Yeah, at least try it once. So that was the video that went viral over the weekend from Texas. The Alabama and Auburn coaches both met the media after practices over the weekend. We've got something that is being overblown at Auburn, and I'll ask Lance, overblown or not, and I'll back it up with some numbers, and a hard truth about Alabama's defense from its own defensive coordinator. But first, our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Did you have a Hemp Hill free weekend?
I did have a Hemp Hill free weekend. They came up a couple of times, though. Hey, whether you experience plumbing, heating, cooling issues, home or business, our friends at Hemp Hill Services, they are here to serve you. Trusted name, Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for any and all of these issues. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sits you. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Hey, by the way, our friends at Johnston RV Center always do a tremendous job, as you well know, but I just got word this morning from our buddy Nick Johnston, the #1 travel trailer dealer in the entire state of Alabama in the month of June, our friends at Johnston RV Center. That's amazing, amazing work right there out of those guys. That is #1, and that's not just somebody's opinion. That's actually stats. That's actually sold travel trailers right there, #1 for the entire month of June. So that doesn't mean that they are sold out. No, sir. They have got a great selection of travel trailers and something in every size for everyone there at Johnston RV Center. You can shop by the size of the travel trailer you're looking for. You can shop by the price range that you got right there at JohnstonRVCenter.com. And you can always see more on that lifetime warranty from Johnston RV Center. RV warranty forever. RV warranty forever at Johnston RV Center. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online, JohnstonRVCenter.com. All right, let's start with what might be overblown at Auburn. Cut 10, if you will, Tyler, please. Auburn practicing over the weekend. Now, I guess if there is a concern, well, listen, there's going to be concerns about Auburn's offense, right? Offensive line is a concern. Their own head coach has asked the fan base to pray for the offensive line, right?
Yeah,
so that would indicate to you that there might be an issue.
I mean, I think we feel good about Cole Best.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, I think everything. I think timing. I mean, all of these transfers coming in from South Florida and trying to get acclimated with everybody else. I mean, and look, Alex Golesh's offense is a synced-up offense.
That's right. Now, you just hit on it right there. Because the concern about, say, Keyshawn Singleton and all those guys coming in from South Florida is that, all right, those are great numbers at South Florida. Keyshawn Singleton, leading receiver for them, 50 catches, 877 yards, 8 touchdowns. Basically what I just gave you, Ryan Wingo's numbers. But the question always is, but can he do it against SEC talent? Well, here's Kodi Burns, his position coach, and the receivers talking about that very question and his thoughts on it. Is this overblown or not?
Kodi, having been in this league, and you've got your guys coming over from South Florida, is there anything specific you talked to them about transitioning into the SEC, the kind of athletes they face at corner, or do you think some of that overblown, or are there some things where you're like, hey, it's going to look a little different, here's a couple things you need to keep in mind or work on?
Yeah, I think a little bit of it is overblown. If you do look at the schedule from our team last year, we did play SEC teams, and it worked out pretty good. And so those guys do have experience from that standpoint. And really the big difference between, which everybody knows, every coach knows this, every play, like the big difference is up front. Like there's really good skill guys anywhere. I don't care what level you're at, but what separates the SEC from everybody else is the interior O-line and D-line. So on the outside, there may be some All-Americans and some all SEC players on the outside, but, man, there's good skill players everywhere. So these guys have experience. And at the end of the day, man, go out there and play ball. We ain't scared of nobody. We're about to roll up and play ball.
So they played one SEC team in Florida, but I think he's also referencing Miami as the other one. So here are the numbers. In that game at Florida, I assume you watched it like me. It was a pretty ugly game.
It was.
18-16 was the final score.
Yeah, his touchdown was the difference.
Yep. His being Keyshawn Singleton, 2 catches, 75 yards. Byron Brown, 23 of 36, 263, a touchdown, no picks. I mean, Auburn plays Florida. If that was Byron Brown's line against Florida at home, that game's in Jordan-Hare, I think you'd feel okay. 23 of 36, 263.
Well, back to Keyshawn Singleton the week before in the upset over Boise, who was ranked. That was during our kickoff party at Walk-Ons, where they dominate Boise. But, I mean, he had a better game against Boise than he did against Florida. 5 grabs, 93 yards, and a touchdown.
But with that, I mean, that was a home game, number one. But, I mean, that would be expected, right? Better game against Boise than he did against Florida. I mean, Boise was probably the better of the two teams.
Yeah, Boise was a really good team. So I'm just saying, if you look at Boise, Florida, Miami, I would put Memphis on this list. I would put Navy on this list. I mean, he was good against all those teams outside of Miami.
Well, there's the one I wanted to look at because that was the other one Kodi Burns was kind of referencing.
And that was the most dominant defense they went against last year.
There's no doubt about it. And as I remember it, Lance, it kind of became a little bit of a sexy upset pick. Do I remember that incorrectly?
No.
A lot of people were like, look out for South Florida going to Miami.
At that point, South Florida was 2-0 and they were ranked.
That's right.
Yeah, they were going to Miami, and I think Miami was like a 5.5, 6 point favorite. Yeah, it was a big number.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that were like, look out for this upset. All right, so in that game against Miami, these are the two games that Kodi Burns is referencing. Byron Brown, pretty much the same numbers, 20 of 36, 274 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. I mean, look, at Miami, that is not bad for him. I mean, you were fine with that. It's pretty much, other than the one interception, the same exact performance he gave you at Florida. The receiving, Singleton, Chaz Nimrod, 4 catches, 128 yards. Singleton, 2 catches, 39 yards. Wyatt Sullivan, 5 catches, 55 yards. I mean, they were pretty consistent across those two games.
Yeah, I'm trying to just look here at Miami's schedule last year. Outside of Byron Brown, I don't know a quarterback that would have maybe put up bigger numbers against.
Interesting. I can tell you that.
I don't think
give me 2 seconds. You think Byron Brown?
Now, C.J. Carr might have.
Yeah.
Because I think C.J. Carr was really good in that Notre Dame loss. I just remember him really sticking out as a week 1 starter there.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would have put up numbers.
All right, here you go. Miami's passing defense last year.
I mean, maybe Trinidad Chambliss in the playoffs.
But, we'll go regular
but outside
season.
of maybe C.J. Carr, I don't see it.
You forgot the game at SMU. Kevin Jennings tore him up. 29-45, 365 and a touchdown.
Okay.
But that's the only other one, really, until they got in the playoffs. Ohio State, Sayan had 287 on them. Ole Miss, Chambliss had 277, but they held Mendoza to 186 in the championship game.
Yeah. And again, what were the numbers?
292. Now, only 274 of that. They must have run some trick play. Only 274 of that came from Byron Brown. But Louisville, hang on, Florida State somehow, Castellano had 272 on them. Louisville passed for 248 on them. I gave you SMU at 365, and then after that, they locked people down. Syracuse.
Syracuse back at
124, 120 at NC State, 201 at Virginia Tech, 199 at Pitt, and then A&M in the playoffs, 237.
So NC State, though, that was C.J. Bailey, right?
I think so.
I mean, I can pull it right here.
Yeah. I'll tell you. C.J. Bailey in that game was against Miami, 17 of 30 for 120. That's a terrible game.
And two picks.
They lost 41-7.
Yeah, 2 picks. And look, I mean, a lot of people believe he could sneak into the first round.
Yeah.
He's kind of the ACC version of Lenore Sellers.
Yeah, but that's an interesting point. I think people would be surprised if you said the second best statistical passing performance against Miami's defense last year was Byron Brown. I mean, that would have surprised me.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. That would have surprised me. That's regular season now.
Well, and Byron Brown's ability to actually escape, too. Like, I'm looking at how many sacks Miami had in that game.
I mean, that is...
Miami had 2 sacks.
Yeah. So do you think...
Which is probably what's below their average for sure.
Yeah, probably so. You brought it up. I mean, do you, as being one of the questions, do you think Kodi Burns is right that this is overblown? Like, interior linemen, that's one thing, but receivers, you got skill everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's overblown, but there probably is some legitimacy to the fact that you are going to be playing, going against better corners, both receivers and quarterbacks. But look, you can't tell. Like, Trinidad Chambliss makes the transition from Ferris State and plays like an All-American, and then John Mateer, whether it's an injury or not, just watching him, didn't make the transition at a high level.
Yeah, I saw that cut this morning, and I'm like, I think Kodi Burns is right. I think it is a bit overblown that, that's American. Let's see you do it against the SEC. You got skill. You got good skill in a lot of places. All right. A hard truth, not an inconvenient, but a hard truth about Alabama's defense from their own defensive coordinator when we return. More college football, and coming up a little bit later on, active slam dunk NFL Hall of Famers that are playing right now. ESPN has compiled a list of guys that they say are active slam dunk Hall of Famers. I'll see how many of you agree or disagree with and who might have got slighted coming up later on in the show. It is the next round presented by Bud Light. The hard truth about Bama's D next.
The insurance company called. They offered you a settlement. Sounds good, right? Wrong. They're counting on you not knowing what your case is really worth. They're betting you take pennies on the dollar because you're scared and overwhelmed. Don't fall for it. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys has recovered over $2 billion for going to war with insurance companies that try this every single day. Call 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Free consultation. You pay nothing unless they win.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA, and enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. By the way, the Buffalo Bills opened Highmark Stadium over the weekend. They just had a fan-friendly scrimmage in there. It's getting a lot of rave reviews, but it's also getting some criticism, and Scott has some photos that show why. Scott, do you want to do the video? Look at this. Look at these obstructed views. That's a brand new stadium. You got stairwells coming right up in front of seats. You've got seats that you can't see the entire.
And where is this?
That's Highmark. That's the new Buffalo Stadium.
Like I don't understand how that even happens.
In brand new construction. If it happened like you've added on over the years and all that, I mean, that's one thing. Like, well, we had to build, like USC, they had to build the new press box. But man, I mean, this is brand new construction, and I can't even see the entire field from my seat, or I've got stairs coming right up in front of my seat. That blows me away that in brand new construction, that's an issue. Now, I think Buffalo has come back and said some of these seats aren't for sale, so I don't really know why you've got them in the stadium if they're not for sale. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but man, that is, I would hope, and I would imagine this is the case, before you bought any of these tickets, you were able to get some sort of simulated view of what your seat would look like.
Yeah, but you wonder if they skewed that a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah, so along that line, I've seen tweets like this one from fans who say, when they purchased the seat, they were shown an image that had this railing in it.
That had the obstructive view in it, and they still bought it.
But then the ticket rep told them it's not actually going to be there when you show up.
We just put it in the simulated view. No, in the real stadium, we're going to let people fall right off. We're not going to have the handrail in the seat.
Well, maybe that could be like it's going to be all glass or something.
Yeah.
But
yeah, boy.
Man,
you're just looking through a railing.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to have a problem getting your money back. But the thing that sucks for them is, like, is there going to be any other seats available?
I mean, don't have an alternative choice or season tickets on a wait list right now.
I recommend always going to viewfrommyseat.com.
I've used it before. Yeah.
It's a good site.
Yeah. Is it View from my seat or View my seat?
View
it's one
from
of those
my
two.
seat, I think. But yeah,
I've
use
used
it for
it.
concerts and games and everything else.
I've used it, and you could put in your section number, row number, seat number, and a lot of times it's got from that actual seat. Now there are times it's like this is just the row or the section, but yeah, I've used it before.
Yep. Now the problem with this is it's new, so
that's right. There was no viewing of the seats.
Yep, it relies entirely on user reports and user pictures.
Boy, that would suck though to spend that kind of money on season tickets.
I mean,
and you get your seat, you can't even see the whole field.
I overshot on the East Carolina $100 ticket.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what is a face value in the NFL?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
insane.
For a passionate fan base like the Bills and a brand new stadium with them being Super Bowl contenders, I mean, check. Yeah,
because I remember thinking I got, like, really good deals at some of the games I went to this past year in SoFi, but I still think it was – $450 a ticket.
I'm like Brandon, man. How do you pay billions of dollars for a stadium and you get that much wrong? It's
hard to do. I guarantee you, whoever the project manager is probably lost his job.
Well, at least if you're not satisfied with the view from your seat, the video boards also suck too.
Yeah,
apparently.
Those were getting crushed too. Do you think this looks small?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the video boards in the old Georgia Dome. Like, that's how small they look.
Yeah.
No, it reminds me of how small a 32-inch TV now looks in a house compared to some of the massive, I mean, I'm not going to say the majority, but there's a good percentage of people that have 60-inch plus TVs now as their main TV. This is like Illinois. You saw their monitor.
It's bigger than the press box.
Well, it's because they don't have a second deck though, over their end zones.
There again, though, you built this stadium from scratch. You could have addressed that from day one.
Well, I mean, I guess it comes down to like Alabama's got the 4 screens in each corner, and they've prioritized wanting to be a 100,000 seat stadium. Like, did the Bills want more seats, or did they want bigger screens?
Correct, but to your point, like Jordan Hare and Bryant Denny are having to cram these big video boards in Illinois into stadiums that were not built for that. Like, these stadiums were not built with video boards in mind. This one was. Like, you're building it in an era where everybody wants massive video boards, and that's what you gave them.
Do we have the seating capacity? Well, I don't know if that's what Bill. I don't know if they're going for more of like an Arrowhead approach where we have more seats for fans. Because
I don't know, but there again, you're building it from scratch, so you can do whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure when I was on the high school broadcast team, I went to a high school that had a bigger video board than this.
That's impossible.
Capacity is 60.
So I guess they weren't prioritizing.
Yeah, they were not
prioritizing. This makes it the smallest venue in the NFL by seating capacity,
and we have small boards.
Yeah, but it'll be plenty loud, and the Dolphins will go up there and they'll act like they've never seen a football.
So the way it's built, it looks like it will be loud.
Oh, no, I think it is built for that. I think it's built for sound. But that's crazy that they've skimped that much more on video boards, and they put in so many bad seats.
Man, we randomly have a lot of Buffalo Bill fans.
Oh, that's a big fan base, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if any of those guys, and I don't know, I don't specifically, or I can't remember the conversation talking to somebody about Rich Stadium. Like,
right, yeah.
Did they go back in the day? It looked like the atmosphere was great, but it looked like an absolute shithole.
Oh, I think it was a dump. Yeah, I mean,
it was like Legion Field North.
It was the only stadium older was Lambeau, I think. Once they moved out of,
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, once they moved out of what eventually became known as Highmark.
Maybe the obstructed seats were built in mind with the fact that the Bills Mafia could just rip apart the railings to make it the perfect view.
That's true. They do slam themselves into folding tables out in the parking lot.
They just throw themselves through it.
Yeah, they throw themselves through it. Odie's Tavern is back up and kicking this week with some live music and some great food.
Yeah, our friend Luke, our new sales guy, starting week 2, said that he spent basically the entire weekend at Odie's. If you're looking for the live music, Fridays and Saturdays, maybe some great food for lunch or dinner. Both locations, the original Crestline, newer location right there in Edgewood, ice cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, the Odie's famous cup cocktails, trivia every Wednesday night, always something going on at Odie's. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution is OD staff.
And our buddy Greg from Pell City, he'll climb up on that roof and tell you if it's time to get in. My gosh, do we have storms come through all the time now. It feels like in central Alabama it's been one storm after another. Every day. And a lot of them do damage, and you may not know about the damage until it starts leaking into your living room or your bedroom or something like that. Well, that's when you need to make sure Greg gets up there and gets it fixed and gets it fixed quickly, and that's what he does. Now, there are going to be times he comes back down and says, hey, damage not that bad. Or there are going to be times he comes down and says, you're going to need to get your insurance adjuster involved, and that's good news. Greg has a great relationship with those people. I'm going to give you a cell number. So the way Greg's going to roll, you're just going to call him on his cell. 205-542-3531. That's 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City. You know, it's not always just storm damage. Maybe it's just time for a new roof. Those things age out, obviously. Here's Greg from Pell City, and he can take care of you. If you want to find him on Facebook, you'd rather do that than call, just find him on Facebook at Greg from Pell City, Storm Restoration Roofing. Now, look, Kane Wommack is about to share a hard truth about Alabama's defense in the Kalen DeBoer era, 2 years of Alabama's defense. Letter grade, Lance, overall, if you consider the 2 years, you would give Kane Wommack and Alabama's defense what letter grade?
B+.
I think that's fair. I think at the end of the year, Indiana game excluded, at the end of the year, they were probably playing to an A level, I would say. I mean, that's pretty good defense.
I do agree. I mean, you couldn't count on the offense for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Ty Simpson was the one bright spot on that whole offense.
And look, the Indiana game was kind of the same way. The defense eventually broke. But over 2 years, you give it a B+. I think that is a fair grade on Alabama's defense over 2 years. But it has been marked by one thing that Kane Wommack says: you cannot watch Alabama's defense and not notice that this has been an issue. And the question would be, do they have it fixed? Here's the Bama DC.
Big bodies matter, right? You know, mass kicks ass. And so when you have big frames that have length and being able to strike people, but also when they're getting a double team, right? Just sheer mass matters. And the truth is we got moved around some for the last 2 years here. And so that was an area where, we've done some good things defensively here. At times I think we've been really good, but to be a dominant defense, you have to have guys up front that can make a difference. And I think we've got, we're moving in the right direction there.
Moving in the right direction. So he doesn't say it is fixed. Look, this is always, you're always going to compare Kalen DeBoer to Nick Saban. He cannot avoid that. But you watch the Saban era, and Alabama never just got physically moved around in the Saban era.
Never. I mean, I really can't recall.
Like the teams that beat Alabama weren't teams that just physically moved Alabama around. They were normally teams that had a quarterback that could beat you on the edges. And the broken plays turned into wins for those teams. I mean, those are the teams normally beat Alabama. I don't remember a team just lining up and running it right down Alabama's throat.
Ohio State Sugar Bowl is the only one I can think of.
Ezekiel Elliott.
I mean, Zeke did.
Auburn in the kick six game. There was a game. Was it the kick six game where they approached 300 yards
Probably,
rushing?
because, I mean, they ran on everyone.
Yeah, that was one of the best run offenses we've ever seen.
The worst one was the Georgia Southern game. They gave up over 300 yards rushing.
That's a triple option. I mean, all right, so we've done, 17 years of Nick Saban, and we can remember 3. That defensive front has been pushed around way too often in the Kalen DeBoer era.
Yeah.
And Kane Wommack says, look, you can't watch it and deny that they've gotten pushed around way too much. The question becomes, can they fix that? As you look at some, video from Alabama's camp, can they fix that? But here I am, Lance. I'm looking at Alabama's schedule. I mean, the first team you would have to worry about just lining up and pushing Alabama around would be Georgia, wouldn't you think?
I mean, you would think.
If
you have a problem with Kentucky.
Yeah, I just don't think Kentucky is a team that is going to up front be able to just
I don't either.
Manhandle you. And I know East Carolina shouldn't. I don't think Florida State's quite there yet.
And, I mean, that wasn't even Oregon's MO under Will Stein.
Yeah. No, that's true. You're right.
A lot of movement, but you didn't really have a physical offense.
South Carolina, I mean, talented at quarterback, talented at receiver. I don't know that they're going to be a team that's just going to line up. They got some players up front, though. I mean, maybe that's a team where, Alabama has a little more trouble. At State, you would hope that's not the case. I've got a crazy stat about Mississippi State. I say it's crazy. It may not surprise you at all. I think Georgia's the first game, Saturday, October 10th. You'll have 5 games under your belt before I think you really see If it's an issue before then, it's going to be an issue against Georgia and probably Tennessee and probably Texas A&M and probably LSU.
Man, I'm telling that. If you put the combination, if Alabama looks soft and gets pushed around again this year and loses 3 or 4 regular season games, doesn't get to a college football playoff.
Again, the buyout is massive.
I get it. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to lose.
I'm not either.
But I cannot even imagine the conversations that are going to be had.
Yeah, I only say the buyout is massive, not because I say Kalen DeBoer should lose his job at that point, but I know what the reaction is going to be, is that people are going to want that buyout exercised. And I am with you. You look soft and get pushed around up front 3 years in a row. Boy, that Georgia game, I mean, if you fix that, it will show against Georgia on primetime television right there at Bryant-Denny Stadium. If you have not fixed that, it's probably going to show against Georgia. Daniel says he's worried about State. Daniel, Alabama fan. All he says worried about State.
Is that Mississippi or Florida?
Yeah, Mississippi.
Okay.
I would assume. I mean, I think most people around here, when they say State, they're talking Mississippi.
It's in Starkville. The atmosphere is going to be incredible.
It is going to be an early game, though. That's helpful. It's not going to be a night game. Yeah.
Because if you go back to the games that they blew last year, they were night games. I know Texas was night game, right? Tennessee, I think, was a 2:30.
You're talking about Texas and Tuscaloosa?
No, I'm talking about in Starkville.
Oh, in Starkville. Yeah, my apologies.
Jeff Lebby really coming close multiple times last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a day game in Starkville. You don't play a road night game until potentially at Tennessee, so you don't have to deal with that. But it's a day game in Starkville. Man, I like Jeff Lebby a whole lot. If you're worried about State,
that's a bigger problem.
Yeah. I don't. Let me give you that Mississippi State stat while I'm thinking about it here. I saw this over the weekend, and you're going to have to give me 2 seconds because I saved it because I want to get it absolutely right. I am the king of seeing something on Twitter and then absolutely forgetting to save it. But I'm also got to remember how I access my favorites on my phone.
Yeah, dog me out all the time.
I do, but I can't remember.
To me and I can show you.
No, you don't know how to access your. Oh, my phone. You know how to access my favorites?
No,
I don't. I knew you didn't.
Your favorite what?
The tweets that I've hearted.
Likes?
Yeah, likes.
Just go to your homepage and go, and it's like the right-hand tab on your homepage.
On my phone?
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's the problem. I can't find it anymore.
Okay, what are you?
Oh, I got it now. No, I got it now. I found it. I remember where it is now. All right, here it is from James Bryant, who is a Mississippi State alum, but he's a weatherman. So I'm giving him, being a Mississippi State alum, I think he's gotten this right, but he does weather, not sports. He says, this is a wild stat, James does. Mississippi State has not beaten an SEC team other than Arkansas since Mike Leach was the head coach.
One more time.
Mississippi State has not beaten a non-Arkansas SEC team since Mike Leach was the head coach.
Oh, my gosh.
Doesn't that seem crazy?
So you had one year of Zach Arnett and 2 years of Jeff Lebby.
He says their last non-Arkansas win was Ole Miss, November 2022.
Okay, so that's got to be, just quick math. If you remove them,
so
that's 20-plus consecutive losses.
Yeah, 2 non-Arkansas SEC teams. That is insane to me that they have done that poorly against the rest of the SEC. And it's, by the way, also an indictment stat on Arkansas. It tells you how bad Arkansas's been, in case you've forgotten. That's exactly what Charlie says in the chat. That says way more about Arkansas than Mississippi State. It probably does, yes. Ross says Jeff Lebby is 1-15 in the SEC. Not a crazy stat. I think 1-15 in the SEC is a crazy stat.
I think it is, too.
But
he's been close. You look at year one, Mississippi State seemed improved in his first year, and then definitely improvement. It just didn't really go up in wins. It did, but not really.
Yeah. Last 13 SEC road games, Chris says State is 1-12 in their last 13 SEC road games. I think Lebby has them better, and I think last year they showed they're better, but boy, you just got to start getting results at some point.
Right.
And those results aren't results. So That's the hard truth from Alabama's defense, according to defensive coordinator Kane Wommack. One more thing before we get to the viewing menu. We mentioned roofs. How about decks? And these are tied together because Greg from Pell City is the one that put you on your deck guy, right?
Yeah, it's Mo Mike Construction. Funny, I went in to see our man Jim on Friday at the New York Butcher Shop, and he's like, I heard you got a new deck finally. He was like, did you realize that when you invest in a deck, you get 96% of that investment back when you resell your home?
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
I didn't realize this. These are little factoids a guy like Jim knows. But look, I had to get the deck done. I was in a situation where it was just an eyesore. It wasn't safe. I asked around. I really couldn't find a deck guy. And our man Greg from Pell City said, you need to call Mike Battle at Mo Mike Construction LLC, premium deck and outdoor living at Mo Mike Construction LLC. They believe a deck is more than lumber and screws. It's where birthdays are celebrated, family, friends gather, memories are made. Whether you're looking for a classic backyard deck or a custom outdoor entertainment space, they will build it with craftsmanship, quality, and attention to every single detail. Imagine having that outdoor kitchen, elegant lighting, big screen TV for game day coming up in the next few weeks. Every project designed with your vision in mind and built to stand the test of time, because they know you're not just investing in your home, you're investing in your lifestyle. Call Mo Mike today. Tell him the next round sent you. 205-746-9901. That is 205-746-9901. Mo Mike Construction. They don't just build decks, they build where life happens.
Landmine Believer says he's worried about Lexington. This staff has proven their first 2 years no game is a sure thing. I do kind of agree with that. I mean, that is a criticism of DeBoer that is probably fair at Alabama. And again, a lot of that is because you compare it to the Saban era, where there were sure things in the Saban era. There were absolutely sure things. Like, unranked team was not beating Nick Saban.
Yeah. I mean, unranked team wasn't.
I mean, if they were playing an
outside
unranked team.
of Louisiana Monroe in year one, I mean, how many unranks beat him? Was South Carolina unranked in 10? I don't think so. By the end of the year.
Yeah. Texas A&M was unranked.
Yeah.
That was the one at A&M, right? That was the only one
that broke like several streaks.
Yeah, but wasn't it up to like 70 or 80 in a row when it got broken there, I think?
Probably. And they were crazy, like a 17.5-point favorite that night.
I mean, the unranked teams that you played,
they were barely outside the top. They had started 3-0 and like preseason top 10, had lost two really bad games in a row.
Yeah.
Like they had top 25 talent.
Yeah. I mean, that was just one thing as an Alabama fan under Saban. You did not sweat the unranked games. There was never like, oh, God, we got to play this unranked team. Are we ever going to beat them? I mean, you just didn't sweat those.
Never.
And unfortunately, in the first 2 years, you've had to sweat those a little bit for Alabama. Part of that's their inability to run the football. Here's what Ryan Grubb said after practice, what they needed to do in order to resurrect the run game. Here's the Bama OC.
Simplify and do your best stuff. Don't get an inch deep and a mile wide. Do what you're good at and be great at it. And Coach Clem has done an excellent job with, helping build that. Been between him and Rich Owens. Been super excited working with those two guys and resurrecting the run game, and we will.
I mean, I'll go back to the schedule again. Like, I think South Carolina would be the first game where, boy, we talk about Florida State like they're a FCS program sometimes. But when you're East Carolina at home, at Kentucky, Florida State, if you can't run on those teams, I mean, wouldn't you say South Carolina is the first game where you're really like, okay, here's at least a decent test for Alabama's run game to see if it's better?
I mean, I would think, yeah, because you also have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're not running it on East Carolina, at Kentucky, and on Florida State, I don't know what you're going to do on the rest of that schedule.
Has anything been more obvious than Alabama's need to run the football? And I'm talking about with this coaching staff, and I'm trying to think of another example, and the only thing I can think in my head is after
Iowa's need to throw the ball.
Well, yeah, that's a good one. LSU needing to play defense after Jaden Daniels won a Heisman Trophy, and they go out and they get Blake Baker.
Yeah.
And it did get, I mean, the defenses have gotten much better.
Well, you're just putting a lot of faith in the fact that Adrian Clem can fix the offensive run issues. That it's not scheme, it's not Ryan Grubb, it's not the backs, that it is the offensive line, because that's the one thing that has changed is pretty much the entire makeup of the offensive line and the offensive line coach. I mean, that's the two things that have changed. So there's your weekend. We'll hear some more from Alabama and Auburn as they both hit the practice field and talk to the media over the weekend. But that is the inconvenient truth about Alabama's defense and Ryan Grubb on them fixing that run game. You heard Lance mention that he watched Spider-Man. It's time for Tyler's viewing menu, which is presented by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
205-969-8100. The phone call I made back in 2003. When you make that call, ask for Amy. She's going to hook you up with that hassle-free consultation we've been telling you about. You've got nothing to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. If you wear contacts or glasses, now is the time to make the call. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Alrighty, so tonight I've got an AMC Screen Unseen event, rated R, 1 hour and 50 minutes, and my sources are telling me that tonight's movie will be Tony from A24. This is the Anthony Bourdain biopic. It follows 19-year-old Anthony Bourdain as he spends a pivotal summer working in a Cape Cod restaurant kitchen. It's directed by Matt Johnson and stars Dominic Sessa and explores Bourdain's early misadventures and lessons learned under a veteran chef. So far, Rotten Tomatoes has the scores from critics at 95%.
Wow.
So it's been doing very well.
Yeah. He's an interesting guy.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Also in theaters, playing today and Wednesday only, Muppet Treasure Island.
Gonna pass?
I love the Muppets when I was a kid, though.
No, yeah. I did too. Yeah, I saw the what's the one with Kermit sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow"?
That's a great question. I don't know what that one is.
I think that was the original Muppet movie.
Oh,
maybe,
was it?
Maybe.
Muppets Take Manhattan?
I just remember watching that one in the theater as a young kid.
And I remember the Muppets did their version of the Christmas Carol, the Charles Dickens, that we talked about. That's probably one of the most, I mean, everybody's done a version of that, but I love the Muppets one when I was a kid.
Yep, that one's great with Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Muppet
that's
Treasure,
right. Michael Caine was the guy in it, wasn't he? Yeah.
Played it serious as a heart attack,
that's right,
too.
yes.
He didn't dumb it down because
Not
he
a
was
bit.
in a Muppet movie. And Muppet Treasure Island has Tim Curry, also a great performance around the Muppets. Premium Video on Demand has added a movie that you wouldn't think is good, but I actually really enjoyed, and that's Minions and Monsters. It's a sort of prequel movie for the Minions as they look for a new master and end up finding themselves in old Hollywood and try their hand at making movies. There's tons of references to classic cinema like Casablanca and Citizen Kane in this. Modern Times from Charlie Chaplin. Some old Buster Keaton stunt references. It's really wild how much kids were laughing at these references from movies made 100 years ago.
Wow.
And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend that a lot. And Tubi has added a movie I really like to its catalog, Hook, with Robin Williams.
I like that
Dustin
movie.
Hoffman.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
Still never seen it.
Watched it forever ago. Dustin Hoffman's fantastic as Captain Hook.
Yep.
He ate onions on set because he does a lot of close-up talking, and he wanted the reaction to be, to people to, kind of be uncomfortable and recoil, so he would eat onions before doing the scenes.
We watched Superbad Saturday night again on Tubi, and I just couldn't get out of my head that Jonah Hill says that he can whip all these guys' asses now.
Oh, yeah. He's, I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
He tried his hand with writing and directing and thought he was much better at it than he was. Yeah. And
I didn't realize that he
into MMA.
He hated McLovin as much as he did, like, during the filming.
Oh, yeah.
Jack was telling me about that.
He wanted him to not even get hired.
McLovin was so good for that part.
Yep. And,
I mean, so uncomfortable, so awkward, but so good in that part.
And the fact that Jonah Hill was actually getting irritated by McLovin just makes it even better.
Yeah.
Like,
I
should have picked Muhammad.
First time I've ever watched it with closed caption on with the subtitles, and McLovin has a great line about Danny Ocean when he comes out of the grocery store. Like it always slipped by me, and I've probably seen it 10 times.
Yep, there's so many great lines from that movie.
It's so inappropriate. Yeah, and I can't believe it was 20 years old, and I didn't realize it was Emma Stone's first feature film.
Oh, I didn't know that was her first one.
Sure was.
Seth Rogen and his buddy wrote that when they were in high school, and they wanted to make it with them as the Michael Cera and Jonah Hill characters, but then they never got to make it until they were adults. So Seth Rogen ended up being the cop character with Bill Hader.
Bill Hader was the best in the whole movie.
He's great.
Yeah, I just, that movie really inappropriate, but so freaking funny. Have you ever seen it, bro?
I've not seen Superbad, but it sounds like my kind of humor right there.
It's incredible.
The entire story is just these two losers trying to get beer to go to a party.
Yeah, right. That's it. And they want to get laid. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. And it was funny. I felt like Jack was my, remember pop-up videos on VH1? Yeah. Or a director's cut. He was just giving me all these factoids the whole time.
I used to love pop-up video. That was a great show.
Yeah, it was. Do you want Spider-Man now or hold it?
Little brief review now works.
I don't want to steal from. I mean, y'all are going to do it in the next reel, so I don't want to steal everything.
I thought it was good. I will stick with it. I think Homecoming, the first Tom Holland, was the best.
Okay,
in my opinion, I thought it was good.
Just good.
I will not go back to see it.
Okay,
but I don't
Tyler's
do that with theaters a lot. Did you see it 4 times?
No, my sister wants to see it with me this week, so I'll be seeing it a 4th time later this week.
Yeah, so you're up to 3. Lance says, I will not go back.
Yeah, I know, and again, it was good.
Yeah. Can you give me your, without spoiling the entire next reel?
I will just say this.
Your biggest issue is what?
It is the biggest issue, way too Matrix Inception-like.
Okay.
Just a lot of that stuff going on, in my opinion. It is the most overrated or maybe overhyped comic book movie since Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther was so overhyped, but I think this one's a little overhyped.
Okay.
See, it still blows my mind you didn't like Black Panther.
Oh, he hated it.
I didn't hate it.
I thought it was okay. You did.
No,
I mean, that's one of the few standalone Marvel movies I'll go back and rewatch because I think it just does so well by itself.
All right, the next reel coming up, you guys are recording one right after the show, so it'll drop sometime this week where you'll talk a lot about Spider-Man, right?
Yep, we will be reviewing the new movie, and I will be ranking every Spider-Man movie ever made. So if you have any thoughts about which Spider-Man is the best, whether it's Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, Andrew
how many
Garfield,
are there total?
11 in total.
Okay, we're gonna have to put like a 2-minute on each one of these because you'll get all excited. I can't have the whole I'll be falling asleep listening to you review the 7th Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'll be up here 2.5 hours doing the next reel.
I think I've probably seen half. I've seen all the Tom Hollands. I've seen 2 of the Tobey Maguires, none of the Andrew Garfields, and I've seen the first Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. I thought I remembered seeing a letterbox rating from you when I was going and making my list on there for the Amazing Spider-Man.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, that's coming up with the next reel a little bit later on this week. When we return, you give some college coaches anonymity, and they'll talk to you about quarterbacks. That's what Adam Rittenberg found out on ESPN, what the coaches behind the cloak of anonymity say about the top quarterbacks in college football. That's next on the next round.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Facing time for a crime, huh? Got a list of charges looming over your head? 5-0 got your back up against the wall. Them alphabet boys trying to sit you down on that rack. Well, have no fear. The People's Defender is here. Attorney J.B. Brown, powered by Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. He meticulously investigates every case and challenges evidence. Dedicated to protecting the rights and futures of individuals facing criminal charges. Hit him up now at thepeoplesdefender.com. Thepeoplesdefender.com.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple-header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We start hour number 2 of the show. Dunaway on vacation this week. Along with Lance Taylor, I'm Ryan Brown. The entire back room intact. Tyler Scott and Brooks back with us today. By the way, the Innisfree countdown to football is 19 days.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
19 days. We're unveiling team number 15 today, and we leave that right up to the start of football, so we've only got 15 shows counting today until we start football.
How many people do you think plan out their football calendar as far as where they're going to go, when they're going to go? Because I think you're like me. You kind of, depending on a college weekend, like where you're going to head to a campus, sometimes it's just, it happens the week of or the week before. But I have finally planned out 3 weekends this year, which...
That you're going to games?
Yeah, that I've never planned out like this before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the plan on my weekend is which game starts on the main screen and which games are the two side
Yeah, I mean, that's
screens.
normally
I don't
the
go
way
to games. In fact, I was playing golf the other day, and somebody asked me if I was going to the Auburn Baylor game, and I'm just like, I don't go to games anymore.
It's just so much more fun, and I think I've got my best TV setup ever.
Yeah.
And your brother-in-law has helped me out with this, but man, I'm so excited about just sitting on the couch, but at the same time, I feel the need to go to a few of these games.
Yeah.
Tough balance. First world problem.
I know it is a first world problem. I do enjoy the game day atmosphere. Being at a big SEC football game on campus is just a great, great atmosphere.
See, I've only planned one college football game. I've planned 3 NFL games.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you planned Rams games. Yeah. That's the least surprising part of this. But I just don't like the being, as I told my friend, like, I would love to go see Auburn Baylor play, but I don't want to miss all the games either. And that's the problem is, if it's a 2:30 kick, you miss the second half of the early games and the first half of the late game. So I get a half of early and a half of late, and then I'm at my game, so I miss all the 2:30 games.
Well, Nick Saban had so many of those good, out-of-conference matchups to kick off the season. And, I went to one of those. I don't know if you went to any of them, and I hated it
No, I did not.
we flew out morning of. It was the Michigan game in Arlington.
Yep.
And Alabama completely dominated Denard Robinson. And the only other game I really got to watch anything of was that morning. I think it was Navy Notre Dame. We got to watch the second half when we flew in. But you just absolutely miss everything, especially when you're in transit going over to a place like that. Coming back, the bus broke down.
Yes, bare minimum, you're driving somewhere, and it's just, I just miss too much. And I'm at the stage of my life where I don't want to just watch one team. I want to watch all the games. I love a college football Saturday in my basement, and it is impossible to beat.
I have got a fall wedding that I have zero chance of getting out of, but it's on Sunday. But the rehearsal is like Saturday, but I'm trying to work it where I've got to come up with a plan for Saturday. Now, Sunday, the wedding's at 5 o'clock. The Rams actually play a night game against Denver.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've already said I've got 2.5 hours there, and I got to tap out.
Yep. You'll lose me when the game starts. I think she already knew that. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd love to go to big college football games. I love it, but I love my basement more.
But there is not, like, on Alabama or Auburn's schedule right now, you've looked at a game and said, I'll be there.
In fact, just the opposite. I've looked at the schedule, and there's not a game I'm going to be at. I've already decided.
So more surprising if you make it to one game this year.
More surprising?
Than not going at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to go to the Iron Bowl every year, but Rivalry Saturday has gotten so good, I don't know that it'd have to be a very, very big Iron Bowl for me to go. Boy, I just saw so many good Iron Bowls. It's hard for me to go to one that, last year's ended up being a close game. The year before in Tuscaloosa, that was just a meh game.
There's
Auburn barely
nothing
competed.
that's not a pain in the ass about going to a game, really.
Yeah, it's worth it, though, I think. I do enjoy it.
No, look, if I was, to put it in perspective, I understand why Alabama and Auburn fans are going to every one of these games, even the crap games.
Yeah.
Because, if we had a professional team and I was a fan like I am of the Rams, I'd go to all 8 or 9 home games. If that is the priority, but the difference is you and I, I pull for USC. I don't live and die with USC on a Saturday. It's fun.
Right.
But if the priority was this much higher than all the other games, I get it, but there's just not a priority like that.
Tyler, let's do the Shenora Spotlight. Speaking of these college football games, Adam Rittenberg and ESPN got some of these coaches to talk anonymously about the college quarterbacks and what their real feeling is on some of these big-time college quarterbacks. We'll jump around some of those in the Spotlight.
The College Football Spotlight
is presented by our guy, Alexander Shenora, Shenora.com, Shenora.com. When you find yourself in need of any legal assistance, you need to go to our guy, Alexander Shenora. Perhaps you think of him only as a personal injury attorney. He does much more than that. Fire and storm damage claims, bad drug and device claims, workers' compensation, employment, a host of other claims right there with Alexander Shenora. Shenora.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shenora trial attorneys. Shenora.com. Shenora.com. All right, so Adam Rittenberg does a great job. He gets these defensive coaches to speak anonymously about these quarterbacks. We'll start with Arch Manning. Here's what he says about Arch Manning, SEC defensive coordinator who faced Manning last year. So, boy, you can narrow that down. There are 8 possibilities.
Right.
SEC defensive coordinator that faced Manning last year. He's handled this situation better than anybody possibly could. The expectations aren't fair, so personally, I hope he has a great year. Hopefully he has an off game against us. So, by the way, this coach facing him again this year.
Okay.
He can absolutely rip it, like velocity, accuracy. He got a little bit out of whack and made some mistakes, and then people were really defending him. It's going to be really easy this year. It's going to be really easy this year because people are going to have to double Cam Coleman. He's a real one, and so is Wingo, so it's like you can't double both of them. The thing I find most interesting about this, we were just talking about this earlier in the show with Cam Coleman, like this SEC defensive coordinator was like, there's no question Cam Coleman's the one you double. So Ryan Wingo going to be drawing a lot of single coverage.
If that's the case, Sark's smart enough that Ryan Wingo's that talented to get those opportunities. He didn't specifically go into how he played against them, so it's a little more difficult.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to see who they double up this year. Obviously, Oklahoma.
That's right.
Do they have Georgia again? Do you have their schedule?
Yeah, if you'll give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you pulled this schedule, and I'll give you last year's opponents.
So we're going to try to narrow this down and find out who's spilling the tea. The Texas Longhorns. Obviously, Texas A&M and Oklahoma.
Damn, I did not realize Texas did not play a conference game until week 5 last year.
Wow. So this year, Texas is at Tennessee.
Did not play them last year.
Oklahoma, they did.
Yep.
Florida.
Yep.
But that's a new defensive coach. So it's not Florida.
Okay.
Ole Miss.
Nope.
Mississippi State. Yes.
Yes.
So it could be him. At Mizzou.
But is Zach Arnett, was he back last year?
No, that's right. New defensive coordinator.
Yeah, so
my apologies.
We've only got Oklahoma right now.
At Mizzou.
Nope.
At LSU.
Nope.
Arkansas.
Yes.
New staff. At Texas A&M. So it's either Oklahoma or Texas A&M. It's either.
Yeah.
It's one of those two.
Process of elimination.
Narrow that one down pretty quick.
And just for the record, against Oklahoma, he was 21 of 27, 1 touchdown, no picks, rushed for 34 yards. Against A&M, 14 of 29, not very good there. 1 touchdown, no picks. He did rush for 53 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. So it's one of those two coaches. So it's either Texas A&M defensive coordinator or Oklahoma defensive
really
coordinator.
didn't play well against either.
Here's Trinidad Chambliss from an SEC defensive coordinator. He's a dude. Lane probably gets too much credit for Trinidad. That's great. Lane probably gets too much credit for Trinidad.
Well, the credit I give Lane is being able to go out to a Fair State, evaluate, hey, this is going to be our backup quarterback. And then once he gets in, he makes the magic happen. I'm just blown away that how he was at Fair State.
That is pretty crazy.
This is not North Dakota State before they make the transition.
Trinidad is not underrated now, the SEC defensive coordinator says, and he's a quick decision maker. He makes fast decisions. He can obviously hurt you with his legs, can hurt you with his arm. He's just a playmaker. He makes guys around him better.
Will Joe Judge bring him back, though, to earth?
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, you don't know how is he going to respond to a new coaching staff, Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss Jr. not being there and Joe Judge presumably calling the plays.
Yeah, I do think the better coaches or the best coaches actually, I mean, you got to play to the strength of your talent. And when you have what could be, I mean, you tell me the last just exceptional quarterback. Ole Miss has had some really, really good quarterbacks. I mean, Jackson Dart was really good.
Yeah.
But this looks like the best quarterback they've had since Eli.
Chad Kelly had his moments. Bo Wallace had his moments, but consistently not as good as this. I would agree.
Yeah. Was it Romario Miller?
Mario Miller?
Yeah. I mean, he was a good quarterback. Yeah. But to me, this is even over Jackson Dart, this is the best we've seen since.
They thought Jevin Sneed was going to be that, but he wasn't. You remember him?
From Texas to
Ole Miss. Yeah, under Houston Nutt.
Yeah, but I do believe since Eli, this is the best they've had.
Gunnar Stockton, you really like Gunnar Stockton.
I do,
Here's what an SEC defensive coordinator says of him. He runs it better than you think, really smart, pretty accurate. I don't think he's got unbelievable arm talent, but pretty good.
He's a bunch of backhanded compliments.
It is. Well, they continue. He's a great college quarterback. What does that tell you? He doesn't think he can play in the NFL. He's tough, so he can get some bull yards and take some big hits and all that stuff. I really like him. He's a really good player. I don't know if he's an NFL specimen, but he's a great college player.
Yeah.
I mean, just
it
tore
is
him
funny
apart, basically.
That you look at somebody, he's almost like a raw Baker Mayfield, and he's a little bit bigger than Baker Mayfield. But like you just automatically thought, I just thought when I watched Baker that we were going to see another Brett Favre, and he kind of plays like that, and it's kind of played out not to Brett Favre's level, but Baker's become a really, really good NFL quarterback. I just look at Gunnar Stockton, I don't see a guy that will play on Sundays.
SEC defensive coordinator on Sam Leavitt. This is from Adam Rittenberg's ESPN article. He played better the year before than he did last year.
Oh, yeah, that's way obvious.
Yep. Just the stats tell you that. He was really impressive during their playoff run the year before, there being Arizona State, obviously. So just sneaky athletic, really way more elusive than you would think. Just one of those make something out of nothing kind of guys. He's a good, solid passer. He'll miss on some throws that you expect him to make to be a high-level guy. But where he gets you is when he extends plays. Listen to this. He's not the talent level that a normal LSU quarterback would be. If they have success, it's going to be because they got him going in the system. He doesn't freak you out when you watch him, but he's dangerous at times. I'd rather play him than Diego Pavia. An SEC defensive coordinator would rather play Sam Leavitt than Diego Pavia.
Yeah, I would too.
Wow.
I mean, the way Diego was playing last year, the confidence that he had, Going into last season, I mean, I think it was, not to throw you under the bus, I think you had him at 0 SEC wins last
Lance,
year.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Pavia was a much better college quarterback than Sam Leavitt is.
Yeah.
I will be surprised if Leavitt's not better than Nussmeier was. I mean, Nussmeier was okay, but we just thought Nussmeier was really going to bust out last year.
To say that Leavitt's not the level of an NFL quarterback, though, man, that's got to be hard to hear. Or excuse me, a level of an LSU quarterback, that's got to be hard to hear. Marcel Reed next, after you tell us about boiling and bragging, which is always one of the great events leading up to college football in this area.
Yeah, so bowling and bragging will be taking place right there in Crestline Park, where our friends from Odie's are. This is coming up on August 22nd. We are going to have our friends from the Children's Hospital in. That should be coming up next week. Brown, do you remember when that is exactly?
I'll have to double check on that. I think it is next week.
Yeah, it is coming up, though. But bowling and bragging, benefiting Children's Hospital, August 22nd. They're going to start this up about 6 o'clock. They're going to have games for the kids. Obviously, they're going to have the shrimp bowl there. Fantastic food all the time. Live music will be out there in the parking lot again. So make sure you mark your calendar right now. Again, it'll be a week from this coming Saturday night. It's a full night of excitement, a lot of fun, and raising money for a great cause, which is Children's of Alabama Bowling and Bragging, coming up August 22nd at 6 o'clock in Crestline.
And don't forget, NASCAR is coming back to the Talladega Superspeedway for the 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend. And you can see more at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com or call 877-GO-TO-DAGA. And don't forget to enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. Friday racing, Saturday racing, and Sunday racing, all right there at the wonderful Talladega Superspeedway, the 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend. Get your tickets now and guarantee your spot in the Garage Experience, in the stands, in the infield, in the camping area. TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. or 877-GO-TO-DAGA. Marcel Reed, a defensive coordinator, anonymously tells Adam Rittenberg of ESPN, you have to do a good job of confusing him. You've got to do a good job of confusing him. The people that have been able to stop the run and play zone defense, he's had a hard time against that. Another SEC defensive coordinator said he still thinks he's a true quarterback, and we want him to, keep thinking that way. He doesn't really want to run, but when he does, it's the scariest part. That line, boy, you want to talk about just a shot at Marcel Reed. He still thinks he's a true quarterback, and we want him to, keep thinking that way.
Well, I mean, go back to the last time we saw Marcel Reed out against Miami and that dominant defense in College Station. I mean, I think the numbers were absolutely terrible. Let's see here. 25 of 39, 237, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. He only ran for 27 yards, less than 2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And they scored all of 3 points.
That's right.
Yeah, and the week before, I mean,
his play down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, the final 2 games of the season, both losses. I mean, they were 11-0 to start the season, but against Texas, 20 of 32, 180 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. So, 0 touchdowns and 4 picks over his final 2 games, both losses to Texas and Miami in the playoffs.
When the pressure got cranked up, he was not good. Now, again, I will defend both he and Carson Beck in that game last year. That was a very windy day at Kyle Field.
But I'm trying to look outside of Texas San Antonio, Utah State, Notre Dame 17 of 37, completed 45% of his passes. Now, they won the game.
They did. Very controversial. Yep.
Against Auburn the next week, they scored 16 points in that 16-10 win. But he was 15 of 22, 0 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah.
Minus 23 rushing yards because of the sacks.
And his first half against South Carolina. Now, his South Carolina numbers are going to look better because they had that big second half comeback.
Against South Carolina, 22 of 39, 439, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
And those,
you're right.
439 is great, but that first half, he was awful in that first half.
And South Carolina was in prevent the entire second half, the final 30 minutes of the game. Outside of on the road against Missouri, had a really good game there. And against Arkansas on the road, I mean, he just didn't have big games.
John Mateer, SEC defensive coordinator, says Mateer's a good player. There's some balls he throws very well and others I think he's just okay at. I don't know that he reads it the best, but that offense is suited well for him, and they got a lot out of him. There were some games he looked outstanding last year. Others he just looked okay.
Yeah, I think you're going to get that for the majority of defense coordinators because I think most are superstitious. And the one thing they don't want is poke the cage. Like, they've seen the film, the really good film from the tier. And I think it was baffling outside of the fact if the thumb really was that big of an issue the entire year, then you kind of understand it.
Lenore Sellers, an SEC defensive coordinator, tells Adam Rittenberg.
Another one I wouldn't want to poke the cage on.
Yeah, well, they're about to. He really struggles to process in the middle of a game. When you move him around or you move things around on him, he just really struggles. But I think Kendall's system, if Kendall can be like, hey, you do this or take off running, if he can get him to do that, I think the kid could be scary. He's so hard to bring down. A different SEC coordinator, Kendall, will make it a little bit more friendly. Boy, this is backhanded shots at Mike Shula, isn't it? He's not going to force him to be something he's not, which I felt like at times he was last year. They got to try to win games. You're not a pocket passer. The best thing you do is take off and run because nobody can tackle you. Basically, they're saying Mike Shula made him stay in the pocket too much.
I mean, Mike Shula, the offense was terrible. I mean, you'll give me that, right?
I will. It was awful.
So just to let you know, the final year where you had Kendall Briles with KJ Jefferson completed 64% of his passes, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, ran for 447 and 2 touchdowns. Lenore Sellers is a better college quarterback than KJ Jefferson.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah,
I would 100% agree.
If you just inflate those numbers a little bit, if he has 2,500 yards passing and over 500 yards rushing, South Carolina's going to be much better this year.
One of the most intriguing guys in the conference, we've got 2 more here. Kamario Taylor, Mississippi State. There are a lot of people that think this kid can make a difference.
I don't know who the quarterback did the ratings. I saw it yesterday on X. I'd never heard of the guy, so, take it for what it's worth, but he had Kamario Taylor, the 4th best quarterback in the SEC.
An SEC
now, he's probably a Mississippi State fan for all I know.
Could be. SEC defensive coordinator says, I don't know if he's panned out or not yet as a true quarterback, but athletically, I think he's special. He had a really good year for a young guy. He only started 2 games, but he really flashed. Very little on him because he only started the 2 games.
Well, look, and he's got a really, really good quarterback coach in Jeff Lebby.
Yeah.
Blake Shapen last year, I didn't think he was bad.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I thought Shapen was okay.
Yeah.
Kamario Taylor, he's got the size. And I will say, from the Manning passing camp, I heard a lot of positives.
Yeah, I think people are very high on Kamario Taylor. And then finally, Byron Brown. Now, they couldn't find an SEC coordinator, obviously, that had faced him. But they do have a coach who faced him at South Florida and says this of Byron Brown. I'm not one of these Byron Brown haters, but I'm also not one of these guys who thinks he's a first-round NFL pick either. He's all right. I'm not enamored with the guy. He's all right. I'm not enamored with the guy.
That's not a shot to not say I don't believe he's a first-round NFL guy.
I haven't heard anybody,
are not. Yeah. Well, I haven't heard anybody say that really about Byron Brown. He's all right. That is a shot.
I'm not enamored with the guy. He's all right. That was a coach who faced him at South Florida. That's obviously not an SEC coordinator, I don't guess. Could be if he's the guy at Memphis, but I don't think he's an SEC coordinator. He's all right. I'm not enamored with the guy. So that's Adam Rimber. You'll read the whole thing at ESPN. He goes on. I don't know if any of these interest you. Tell me if Dante Moore, Julian Sayin, Jaden Maeva. You're going to want to hear that one, right?
Yeah, I do want to hear that one.
Josh Hoover, Rocco Becht, Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, I want to hear.
He's got a bunch of them.
I do want to hear some of these. I want to hear.
All right, who you want to hear?
I want to hear Bryce Underwood.
Bryce Underwood.
Because I do think now that you've got Jason Beck taking over this offense, somebody last week brought it up, Devin Dampier was really, really good. He unleashed him, his ability to run and throw it, and I think you're going to see a lot of that with Bryce Underwood. I believe in Bryce Underwood. I know you guys don't.
I don't. Big Ten defensive coordinator. The only reason there's mixed reviews and they're not talking about him still being young is because the expectations coming out of recruiting. We really put a bullseye on a lot of these kids because of the exorbitant amount they're paying him. So, in other words, he's saying there's just too much on him. Another coach says, I'm not impressed. Excuse me, he just misses and misses. He's tall, so he's able to make certain plays other guys can't. He's big, so he can run. I don't see him as somebody that's dangerous at all. He's a guy who can lose you games.
I'll tell you the 2 best things that happened to Bryce Underwood last year were Arch Manning struggling and Sharon Moore having an affair with a staffer. Because I think a lot of people, those stories were, bigger. Like, he probably made more NIL than Arch.
Yeah.
But that Manning name coming back and being a starting quarterback at Texas, there was more focus on that.
Yeah.
And because he struggled, I think that benefited him a little bit because I think he was off the radar just a little bit. And then obviously with the scandal there.
How about a coach taking a shot at Whittingham? He's a good head coach, but in 21 years, he hasn't had a quarterback drafted. I assume that's true. 21 years at Utah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's believable. I mean,
that is.
But you go back to the last quarterback drafted there was his final year as a defensive
Alex
Meyer. Yeah,
that
under
was the
Urban
last
Meyer,
drafted quarterback.
the number 1 overall guy.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, though.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to hear?
Yeah, Jaden, please.
Jaden Maeva. I'll give you Jaden Maeva. I'm going to do Josh Hoover, too, because I've talked so much about him. Southern Cal quarterback, defensive coordinator on Maeva's poise. He did a really good job of managing the game, showed composure, threw the ball really well. He's got that stature about him. He's got the ability to be a better runner than Lincoln's had. He reminds me of Caleb in some ways, Caleb Williams, obviously. Yep. He's a good passer, but he can run, he can throw, he's accurate. I feel like he's pretty poised back there. Guys were teeing off on him. He got hit and came back, stood back in the pocket, kept making plays. He can definitely do that. Boy, they got a lot on him, actually.
Yeah. Wow.
You just let him be him, and Lincoln won't do that because he's going to try to make him his quarterback. Shot at Lincoln. You just got to let him be him, and Lincoln won't do that because he's going to try to make him his quarterback. He's got a lot of talent, but I don't think it'll match up.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley seems like one of these coaches a lot of the coaches don't really like, but because he struggled so much at USC, it's not really a story. Like if he was having Signetti success, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, real quick, here's Josh Hoover. It's going to be a step down. He's not going to be Mendoza, a Big 12 defensive coordinator said of Hoover. I wasn't a hater of his, but I thought he was pretty average to slightly above average guy. I don't think he's going to go there and win the Heisman. So he's not going to be Mendoza. He's not going to win the Heisman. A Big Ten coach scouted him and says, I like him. I don't love him, but I think he's good.
Wow. I want to bring this up on Maeva real quick.
Okay.
Quarterbacks under Lincoln Riley coming back for the second year.
Right.
I think there's 4 total studies. 3 of the guys won the Heisman Trophy.
They would be... Did Baker play 2 years for him?
Yep.
Baker did. Caleb Williams did.
Yep.
Is it obvious the third one? Who is it?
Kyler Murray.
Oh, Kyler. That's right.
But I mean, the numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
So, look, I do think there's the expectation that his numbers are going to jump up, and with Gary Patterson coming in, schedule's brutal.
Yeah.
Like you give USC Penn State schedule this year, I think everyone has USC in the college football playoff, right? They would have to if they were missing Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, because the most difficult game on, and obviously would it flip around, it would be Penn State for USC.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Yeah. That Penn State USC game that's super fascinating to me. That's college football playoff, maybe or bust for USC at that point.
What do they say about Julian Sayin? Because I think Julian Sayin is a really good, back to Gunnar Stockton, kind of that shot. He's a really good college quarterback. I think Sayin's a really good college quarterback in that system, but I don't think there's any way that he is going to be a quarterback in the NFL.
Big Ten coach. In the games that we played, there wasn't much I saw from him other than he just ran the offense very well. Big Ten defensive coordinator. He's not a very big guy. I do like the way he manages the game and throws it, the way they use him. He's been pretty unwilling to run. He's a good athlete, but you want to try to get him out where he doesn't want to be. They don't really say a whole lot about him, honestly.
You know, the interesting thing is because that system is so crisp, would he be starting at Alabama right now if he would have stayed?
He may be. I mean, would he have started in front of Simpson, you think?
I mean, I would think.
I don't know.
But again, like the system is different, so, you know, there's a reason or multiple reasons Sayin left.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a better college quarterback than Ty Simpson was.
Yeah, but you're also judging him throwing to Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
And
much different.
Behind an offensive line or with a run game. I mean, there was...
I mean, Bo Jackson as a freshman was really good.
Exactly. So I don't know that it's a fair comparison right now. All right, that's what coaches said when they were given a little privacy about some of the college football quarterbacks that you'll be seeing. Michelson Laser Vision takes us to break here.
Yeah, 205-969-8100. If you wear the glasses or contacts, you're wasting money each and every year. I'm speaking from experience. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business, conveniently located UAB Highlands. Make the call that I made. I still have that 2015 vision from 23 years ago. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
You know, sometimes injury attorneys get a bad rep, being called ambulance chasers, showing up to the accident scene before the EMTs get there. At Alexander Sonora Trial Attorneys, this ain't that. We get enough cardio, no need to chase ambulances. Look, if you're injured in any type of accident, don't accept a dime from the insurance company. Hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Sonora Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or AlexWins.law.
Call me, Alabama. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple-header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA, and enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. Our Innisfree countdown to kick off at 19 days. 19 days. We're about to do our 40 and 40 team, but I'm also going to show you a one-off uniform that you'll see sometime from 19 days after this. Innisfree Irish Pub. That didn't make sense. Sometime after these 19 days. That's what I meant to say. Innisfree Irish Pub is your game day home. Lakeview and Tuscaloosa. Try that Irish Gold Sauce, that great cold Bud Light on a game day right there at Innisfree Irish Pub. They bring you the countdown to kick off. 19 days away. Make sure you hit Innisfree on your game day. The Florida Gators will be paying tribute to the 1966 Steve Spurrier team with a one-off uniform. Actually pretty cool. I don't hate this one.
I don't hate it.
Kind of a throwback.
You know, I think I was one of the few that liked in the 2009 SEC championship game, the whites.
The white helmet?
Yeah.
I didn't like the F on it. The F looked like something off a mailbox. It was just kind of basic. I like that uniform.
That's not a basic F.
No, that's not the same one, though. They
I
were
know
different.
it's not the same one. I'm just saying that's about as basic as you can
It's
get.
got color, though. My point was it was like a white helmet with a black F. I mean, it was just so boring.
I don't remember it being boring, but
I thought it was. I like that uniform, though. Actually, I do. I think that's a pretty cool Florida uniform to honor the Steve Spurrier 1966 Heisman Trophy year there. So there's the Florida Gators wearing that. Scott, do you know have they said the game they'll wear it in? I'm sorry, Scott, have they said the game they'll wear it in?
I have not seen. I'm trying to.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just thought maybe I saw the release earlier today, but I didn't see the game they were wearing it in. Pretty cool uniform. I'll take that one.
It looks like when you create a team in NCAA, you can't use like a real logo, so you've just got to go with like a basic letter.
It kind of does.
Or like a clip art looking
it's
logo.
Close enough you know it's Florida, but it's not close enough that you get sued for it being Florida.
I mean, it's almost like we've combined Boise and Ole Miss in this uniform.
A little bit, yeah. I would have. It was like Boise colors on Ole Miss's uniform.
Yeah.
You're exactly
Blake
right.
in the chat says, "Nice Boise State uniform."
Yeah. Now that I look at it, that is kind of what it's like.
I'm looking at the F on the Florida 2009.
Do I misremember it? Show it to me.
Yeah.
I said no. I'm talking about a different one. That's not the one I was thinking of. They had another one.
Yeah, that was like an alternate, like that was like part of their Nike Pro Combat uniform. They wore it with some like ugly blue that year, and then brought it back for the.
I'll find the one I'm looking for. There was one where it looked like it literally was like the letters you buy at Lowe's to put on a mailbox out in the middle of the country.
Hey,
And
whatever.
it was
It's all better than that gator skin crap.
There is no doubt about that. Florida has messed with their uniforms way more than
They have
should.
done a white version of this helmet with that same logo, if that's what you're thinking of.
Maybe.
Ryan.
Yeah, but I really don't like their helmet with the cursive script. Do you?
Just the Gators in cursive?
Yeah.
That has never bothered me. I know I've never heard you say that. I know Dunaway is like he hates almost all those, but like Ole Miss, UCLA, Gators, that's never really bothered me. And I don't love it, don't hate it. I'm just kind of.
I think too many teams are trying to do it now. They have gone like with the script logo, but I mean, like Florida's been doing it for as long as I can remember.
long as I can remember.
That's not it.
Oh, there was a different. I'll find it. I promise.
How many
We're
white
talking about-
helmets have they had?
There are way too many. Florida has messed around.
2006. Look up 2006 Florida Alabama. That they wore that at home against Alabama the year they won the
Okay,
national
I was just talking about in the SEC
No,
championship.
that was a different one. Yeah, that was a different one. There was another one where it was like some old throwback, and I swear it was just a white.
You know
helmet.
what? It was probably that would have been the 40th anniversary of this uniform, of the Steve Spurrier uniform. So it probably was 2006.
Yeah, it was just like a white helmet with it looked like an elf they stole from a mailbox
right
somewhere.
right down there.
Which one?
Sorry,
Tyler found it.
I'm talking to Scott here. If he can pull it up.
We don't know, but we don't know who Brooks is talking to.
I mean, that's basically the same F, just bigger, right? Without a circle.
That's what I'm
around
telling
it.
you. It's the same. It's the same logo. It's just on a white helmet.
Yeah. I swear, I thought I remembered it being more plain than that. So I misremembered.
It does look more plain on the. Yeah. Okay. Tyler's got it
I'm
pulled
not
up.
crazy
there.
about that one.
This is an autographed one.
Yeah, who autographed it?
So this helmet that
Aaron
Scott's pulling
Hernandez.
up, they have worn a couple of times, including against Alabama in 2006, and it was they wore these throwback uniforms then.
Looks like the name is Alto Jimenez,
number 66.
Number 66,
Or is that says 66 Heisman? I think.
Yeah, well, that ain't Steve Spurrier's autograph. That does not say Steve Spurrier.
Well, it looks like Palm Beach Autographs is selling some fakes, some phonies.
And I will tell you that's still the fall of Florida football. Just
It's
amazing.
All right, I think that's the one I'm talking about right there. Now, you'll give me that kind of looks like a mailbox elf.
Yeah, but again, it's the same F.
Yeah,
I
it's got
think
a circle around
Scott
it.
has finally found the uniform I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
here.
know. I did not imagine I'd go this deep in Florida uniform history. That's the one I'm talking about. That's it.
Yeah, Chris Slick. That's the
Chris Lee, yeah.
Yeah, but that was not the SEC
No,
championship.
it was not. We were talking about two different
It was
uniforms.
2006 versus Alabama though, and they beat the crap out of them. I remember.
Literally looks like they went to Lowe's and like we need some Fs, and that's the one they got.
That's what I sent my buddy last night. You'll love this. Somebody on X had sent out 1 through 32 the power rankings in the NFL, and they had the Cardinals 32. Chop is a big Cardinals guy.
That's
They
right.
had the Rams won, and I sent it to him, and he just sent me back, cute, did you type that yourself? I mean, that's what that looks like.
It really
Somebody
does. Yeah. Oh, we need a helmet. Run to Lowe's, get all the Fs you can. We're going to need one for each side for 100 helmets. Tell Lowe's we need 200 Fs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it was typed up.
Cute. Did you tap that yourself? That's pretty good. All right, let's do our 40 and 40 team. Is presented each day by our friends at Hoover Toyota.
By the way, your Dolphins were 31st.
They
on that
should
list.
be. Yes.
Stop in, see our friends at Hoover Toyota if you're in the market, whether new or pre-owned, car, SUV, truck. They've got the incredible inventory there. They've got that red carpet program, on-site finance department. Get in, see Kim, Harold, Scott, all of the fine folks there. Tell them the Next Round sent you, conveniently located right there on Highway 150 in Hoover. For more information and to view that inventory, go online, hoovertoyota.com.
40 teams and 40 shows leading up to the start of college football season. We enter the top 15 today after doing Michigan at number 16 Friday. We go to the Big 12 today, and we unveil the Y, BYU, Brigham Young University. Cut number 17, if you will, please, young Tyler. BYU has had some pretty good success under Kalani Sitake. They haven't made it to the college football playoff. You could say they're one of the best programs to have not made the college football playoff. They are a contender this year, but the one thing that could derail them would be the complacency of just 10 wins, 11 wins, consistency. Kalani Sitake trying to avoid that.
The key is to keep focusing on what we can accomplish. The work ethic. So I'm honored that I get to work with amazing young men that have great work ethic, and complacency is not in their vocabulary. And so finding ways to improve. We know that last year was some really cool things, some awesome success, but at the same time, we know we can do better, we can improve. And so looking at the opportunities to just find a way, me as a head coach, get these guys to play their best 12 times. And so with that being said, we still need to make mistakes in practice and make sure that we be aggressive in the way that we train. Obviously, the season is going to come down to, it's going to require some physical part of the game too, and a little bit of pain. And I think all that's necessary. So these guys are committed to getting that done, and I'm excited to be their coach.
The reason he's talking about complacency, Lance, 23-4 in their last 2 years, 15-3 in the Big 12. That's two pretty good seasons.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you have your best season last year with 12 wins, 11 wins in the regular season, but you play Texas Tech twice, the lone representative for the college football playoff from the Big 12, and you lose by a combined 63-14 in those two games. They weren't even close, and it's one of the reasons that going into the Big 12 championship, they believed win or lose, they should get into the college football playoff, but because they got run off the field again, that was the problem. Kalani Sitake, I've always been a fan. His teams play so hard for him. Going into year 11, averages a little over 8 wins a year. Even going into last season, we remember Jake Retzloff gets in trouble with the code of conduct, gets released from the scholarship. He transfers. He goes to Tulane. And Bear Bogmeyer, freshman, takes over that offense. And Bogmeyer played really, really good. Big guy, 6'2", 225, 230 pounds, can run the football. And he got better as the season went on.
Look at their schedule. And the game that jumps out at me on this schedule is Saturday, October 17th. Notre Dame comes to town. Really doesn't impact BYU's college football playoff because they're probably going to have to win the Big 12 to get in it. I doubt they would be an at-large.
Well, I wanted to ask you that because this is one of the better defenses in college football. They gave up 19 points per game. They do lose their big sack guy in Jack Kelly, a double-digit sack guy. They don't have Texas Tech on the schedule, but let's say that Notre Dame rolls into Provo. They pull off the upset.
Okay.
Notre Dame goes 11-1. Their one loss is to BYU. But BYU then loses to Utah. So they're 11-1 going to the Big 12 championship game, and they lose again to Texas Tech. They're 11-2, but they have a win over Notre Dame, who's in the college football
Notre Dame's the only loss is BYU?
Yep.
I think Notre Dame's in and BYU is not.
I mean, I think Notre Dame's definitely in. I'm just saying.
But I don't think BYU is, not being the Big 12 champion and having 2 losses. That'd be hard.
That's the problem, the margin of error here.
Yeah. And that's why it's a fascinating game, because it's a big game for BYU, a bigger game for Notre Dame, because it would take away much of Notre Dame's margin for error if they lose that game.
Now, here is the good news. BYU can lose to both Utah and Notre Dame in the regular season and still have a really good chance of getting back to the Big 12 championship game. And so I guess your point is, if they're not undefeated in the regular season, They've got to win the Big 12
my point is,
game.
they do. And my point is, the Notre Dame game's kind of a free pop for them. Like, a loss is not demoralizing for them or not debilitating for them. It might be demoralizing. I don't know. You go win the Big 12 and you're in.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree a little bit here.
Okay.
I think they could beat Notre Dame, lose to Utah, lose the Big 12 championship game, and still get in, depending on how good Utah and Notre Dame are.
Yeah, and you would still have Notre Dame in, just to be clear about that.
Yeah,
they're not
Notre
taking
Dame's,
Notre Dame's spot. You've still got them in.
Yeah, look, at Notre Dame.
So now they're taking a spot from a Big 10 or an SEC, basically.
Yeah. Because I think Notre Dame at that point would be 11-1 in the regular season. They would have a win over Miami. I mean, Notre Dame doesn't have a lot of difficult games.
I guess my point was, you lose that game if you're Notre Dame. I know we're talking BYU here, but let me quickly do this. You lose that game if you're and assume Notre Dame also loses to Miami. Okay, so that gives them 2 losses. The only ranked win Notre Dame would have at that point would be SMU. And that's assuming SMU is what we think they're going to be. I mean, Notre Dame would have 1 ranked win the whole season, but probably still be in the playoffs at 10-2. So I don't know. I mean,
it would be hard to keep Notre Dame out back-to-back 10-2 years, even though the schedule is as bad as it is,
even
at
though
least
they
on
would
paper.
have
And
no
speaking
wins.
of schedules, I think BYU is going to be favored in 9 games. I would say at TCU, they might be a 1 or 2 point dog. Against Notre Dame at home, they're going to be a short dog. And then at Utah, they're going to be a short dog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything less than a college football playoff appearance, I think is going to be really disappointing for this team.
I'm hoping for maybe even the late primetime game. They haven't announced a time for that Notre Dame game, but a late primetime game against BYU. That'd be fun to end your night with a little Notre Dame BYU, wouldn't it?
Would be incredible. And we've already talked about November 7th, how good that day and how stacked it is. Let's have BYU at Utah playing in Salt Lake City at 9:30.
No doubt about it. Yeah, let's finish our night with some BYU football this year. That's team number 15, the BYU Cougars, and our Hoover Toyota 40 and 40, which always gets us to 4 downs. We had some BYU flavor in that, I'm sure. It's presented by Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction. You ride the roads of the great state of Alabama, and you see those roadwork projects throughout Alabama. There's a good chance you're seeing our friends from Central Alabama Asphalt do those projects. They do a ton of them. The federal projects, the municipal, the state government projects, they do all those. Central Alabama Asphalt does. And it may tell you they don't have enough time for your project, whether it is a driveway, parking pad, maybe a parking lot for a church or a community center or something like that. No, they've got an entire division dedicated to just those types of projects. Same crews, same quality, same no excuse standards, no matter the size. For an estimate on any of those projects, call 205-349-0910, 205-349-0910, or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
Current job longer, Morgan Scalley or Kalani Sitake? Scalley going into year 1 after being a longtime assistant there at Utah.
You know,
Sitake going into year 11.
Yeah, I think Sitake, I feel like that's a destination job for him.
I mean, he passed on Penn State.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're not going to take the Penn State job from there, who are you going to take? I mean, somebody else will probably come calling. BYU's got all the money in the world.
I mean,
it's not going to be a money issue.
BYU fullback, I think the administration loves him. I mean, they want a guy that is never going to have any kind of scandal at all.
Yeah, he does seem clean.
Sitake is one of those guys.
Yep. I think he's probably a lifer at BYU. I'll take him there longer than Morgan Scalley at Utah.
I think I will, too, because I think Scalley's got a lot of pressure.
He does. He's got big shoes to fill. Whittingham's the best coach in the history of that program. With all due respect to Urban Meyer, Meyer was not there long enough to be considered the best coach, though he did have them undefeated. But Whittingham has been at times a dominant Utah coach. So I'll say Scalley struggles to fill that, and Kalani Sitake outlasts him.
Second down.
We talk about the needle that BYU would have to thread to get to a college football playoff. With that said, better chance of getting in the college football playoff, BYU or Ole Miss? Now, Ole Miss preseason ranking right now with the coaches is 10, BYU 16. But Ole Miss, it's landmine after landmine on that schedule.
And they're going to have to be, at very worst, the number 5 SEC team. I mean, that is the worst case to get them in the playoffs.
I think they could get in at 9-3, though. I do with the schedule.
Boy.
I mean, let's just say that Louisville ends up being a ranked team.
Okay.
LSU, Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma. If they're 2-3 against ranked, I don't know if they can.
That's tough.
Maybe
if
I'm pulling
Texas,
that back.
Georgia, and Oklahoma are all in the playoffs and you've lost to those teams,
I don't know still.
Even still, that's
a
hard argument.
They've got to go 10-2 with that schedule. I still think BYU could go 11-1, beating Notre Dame and losing their conference championship. 10-2 is not going to get Ole Miss to the SEC championship game. I think BYU's got a better chance.
Yep. I would say BYU's a better odd. If I'm putting odds on it, better odds to make the college football playoff than Ole Miss. I'll take BYU in that one.
Third down.
Gino Torretta, 56 years old. Better college career, Gino Torretta or A.J. McCarron?
A.J. McCarron won 2 national championships.
Torretta did too.
He did, but he ended his final game was just complete embarrassment, and A.J. never really had one of those performances. Like A.J.'s final meaningful game was the kick six. That was not on A.J. McCarron that they lost.
I think it's really tough because things A.J. didn't do, and not necessarily his fault. I mean, he didn't win a Heisman. He wasn't the best player.
Nope.
Gino did win a Heisman that year, and Gino inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame because he was a first-team quarterback.
And I don't guess A.J. was he? Yeah, so he'll never be in the College Football Hall of Fame. Probably, I mean, accolade-wise, it would go Gino Torretta. And you know, Alabama fans remember the worst of Gino Torretta because that's what they saw in person. But prior to that, Gino Torretta was exceptionally good.
Yeah, I think A.J. was just as talented as Gino.
Yeah.
I kind of lean A.J. on this, but it's really, really close. I mean, if you throw a professional career in there, it's definitely going to be A.J.
Yeah.
Although Gino played 5 or 6 years in the league, I don't think he really ever started. That's tough, though.
That is tough. When we do Miami in the 40 and 40, if you'll remind me, I'll get Gino on to break them down.
We'll just ask him the question.
Well, are you better than A.J. McCarron?
Yeah, are you better than A.J. McCarron? Because we have one guy on our panel that believes A.J. McCarron is the best quarterback in Alabama history.
I think he would argue for A.J. here, and it is an argument. I mean, that's a tough argument. I think I'll go Gino Torretta. He certainly had the better accolades. I'll go.
So
Gino.
what is A.J. doing now that they've pulled
That's a
the plug
great
on
question.
the Birmingham Stallions?
Do not know.
Is he gonna explore politics again?
He
Because
could.
he was like indecisive
Lieutenant
on
governor.
that and went with the
I mean, he could do a write-in campaign for lieutenant governor.
You know, kind of friend of the show, Tommy Tuberville. I was told over the weekend if Tuberville gets elected, that with these data centers, that our utilities are going to go up 3 times over.
Yeah, I've only been saying this for months now.
Okay. I can't afford that. I'm telling you, with my power bill where it is right now,
Yeah,
you know what
I
it
heard
is.
what your power bill is. You
And
don't
if
need
it goes
to go
3 times over, it's
Yeah.
more than 85% of America's mortgages.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Now we
Fun
have
fact: there's no data centers being built near where Tuberville lives.
we have elected officials that are supposed to manage those rates though and keep them as low as possible.
But I was
So-
asked is conservative? Is this
They're also
state is
not supposed to take money under the table.
That
to
is true,
ignore
yes,
those rules.
You know how difficult it is for when's the last Democrat that we've had in office in the state of
Don
Alabama?
Siegelman, right? As the governor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been a while.
It's been a minute.
But I argued with somebody over the weekend. As conservative as this state is, if it really is fact that utilities will go up 3x, that's
Well,
gonna be
you
tough.
won't see that. I mean, that'll be brought up like in debates or whatever, and it'll get denied. So the voters won't go to the polls knowing for a fact that that's going to be the case. If you knew for a fact, yeah, I think people would vote differently.
Well, we need to have Tuberville. I don't know. We don't talk a lot of politics.
And ask him what he's going to say. No, that's
Well,
not going to
hey,
happen.
look,
Do
if
you
never
trust
happened.
anything any of these guys say? No. And I don't listen. And for the record, if Doug Jones says it's 100% going to happen, I don't trust him.
Right.
He's a politician too.
3 times a lot.
And if Tuberville says it's not going to happen, I don't trust him. He's a politician
I would
too.
be more inclined to believe someone who is warning that it'll happen because it means they're not taking money from those companies building it.
But they're also trying to get a job, and I can't trust anything they say because they're trying to get that job.
That's true.
And I'll remind you, they're politicians.
Oh, no, I agree. I think it's a little bit more trust, like a drop more trust.
Well, that ain't enough.
No, it's not.
4th down.
Kylie Jenner, 29 years old today. If I asked you ultimately better career, was it true she caught her man Timothy on a yacht with some other chick over the weekend?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't keep
Timothy
up with
Chalamet?
Yeah. I think they've been dating for a couple of years or something, but there's pictures of him out there. We'll see if we can get this for trash. I think that could be a problem. With that said, Kylie Jenner, 29, ultimately better career. Kylie Jenner or Caleb Williams, quarterback for the Chicago Bears?
What has Kylie Jenner done? I know what Caleb Williams.
She's made $1 billion.
A cosmetic brand.
Yeah. I'm going there then. $1 billion.
Yeah, but I mean,
probably
Caleb,
like a swimwear type deal.
Don't you think that we are coming up with any quarterback under the age of 25 has the ability now
potential
to make $1 billion?
Yes.
And any accolades he would have on the field are sorry, Kyler, are better than your cosmetic company.
You know what Caleb Williams doesn't get? Child support every month from Travis Scott.
Do you think that check clears every month?
I would think so.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, man. Like if I'm Travis, you want to do your good deed there, but if Kylie is actually earning more than Travis, which she is, like that's not how alimony typically works or child support.
I'm only assuming because Travis never has the kid with him, so.
So you think Kylie's the one getting the check there?
Yeah. But I don't think Kylie's taking care of the kid either.
I think I am going to take Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I think Caleb's going to end up being really good under Ben Johnson.
Yeah, you're big on his future.
Yeah. He was just clutch in fourth quarters.
I'll go Kylie Jenner, but I'm not passionate about it. That is 4 Downs, presented by Central Alabama Asphalt. When we return, the Hall of Fame inductions, did you watch any of it?
I did not watch a single second of it.
Vinatieri, very funny. Vinatieri did a roast, basically. He roasted Bill Belichick and had a great line. McAfee was in the audience. He said, Pat McAfee's here. He goes, Pat McAfee, the only person that got more joy out of holding my balls than Pat McAfee was my wife.
Oh, wow.
And the wife laughed. I mean, she thought it was hilarious. And he said, Pat McAfee held my balls in season. My wife held them out of season.
Did you just see the clips or did you sit back and watch?
Just saw the clips. Did not watch a bit of it. Saw that. I saw Drew Brees, very emotional with Sean Payton. Sean Payton is notoriously a difficult guy to get along with, right?
Oh, yeah.
He and Drew Brees, man, those two.
Well, I mean, Drew Brees made his career.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Drew Brees
and
bust?
Sean Payton also made Drew Brees' career.
Oh, no. No, you're right. They made each other. Not another bad bust.
It looks like a combination of Kirk Cousins and Josh Rosen.
Do you have it readily available, Scott?
Give me.
Let me tell him about.
seconds.
Oh no, let me tell him about you.
Are we going to do a Hall of Fame thing here in a minute?
Yeah, we're going to do.
On my head, I've got a number of active guys that are 100% in.
ESPN has done slam dunk active NFL Hall of Famers, guys that are in the game that are slam dunks in the
already accomplished.
They are yes.
Okay, because I've got a number on that.
Yeah. When Levy Break says Vinatieri married up on video, his wife looked very attractive. Yes, but Adams probably got a lot of money too.
Yeah.
I
mean, Morton Anderson was really good, but I just based
probably best ever, right?
I would go Vinatieri.
That's what I'm saying. Vinatieri best ever.
Yeah, the accomplishment of those kicks.
Yeah,
like the significance. You know, Super Bowl 36, walking it off against the Rams. I think it was Super Bowl 38 against Carolina.
Yeah, I think he's probably the best kicker.
The snow kick against the Raiders.
Kickers don't make the Hall a lot. I'd say. All right, do you have it, Scott? The bust. That doesn't look like Drew Brees at all.
No, it doesn't.
I don't even know who it looks like, but not Drew Brees.
I mean, the eye's a little like Robin Williams.
I don't know why. Yeah, there's some Robin Williams in the eyes.
But do you see a little bit of Kirk Cousins?
The eyebrows make him look really old.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just say, like, if that's Kirk Cousins or Drew Brees, if you're like, this is the bust of one of those two, I guess you would go Drew Brees because Kirk Cousins will never, he'll have to buy a ticket to go.
If you did, yes, Kirk will get to be a visitor.
Yeah.
If you did not tell me that's Drew Brees, I would have gone a long time, even knowing Drew Brees was in the Hall of Fame.
The bust looks like he's in pain.
Yeah.
The only definitive thing that makes it Drew Brees is the scar
I
on
agree.
the cheek.
Yeah, they were at least accurate with that.
Yeah, did they actually mold on top of him?
Apparently
Damn,
not.
this hurts. This stings.
Yes. All right, we'll do that when we return. Urology Centers of Alabama takes us to the break. UCA, the place to go for all of your urological needs, from kidney stones to vasectomies, whatever you are facing in the urological space, your urological care is of critical importance. So go to Urology Centers of Alabama. You can find a location near you, urologycentersalabama.com. That's urologycentersalabama.com, or call 205-930-0920. 205-930-0920, Urology Centers of Alabama.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Dump trucks, delivery vans, tankers, 18-wheelers, 35 types of commercial vehicles share the road with you every day. When one hits you, trust me, the company's lawyers are already moving. You should be too. Over $2 billion recovered. Alexander Shinard trial attorneys are ready to fight for you. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law for your free case evaluation. Don't wait. Alexander Shinard trial attorneys. 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champi's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champi's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champi's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champi's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champieschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA, and enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We go to the final hour of the show. It's always presented by our friends at Champi's World Famous Fried Chicken, champieschicken.com, the website to go to there. Sterling and the entire crew at Champi's World Famous Fried Chicken just threw the doors open, ready to serve you a great lunch. Those big juicy chicken fingers, Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, those great po' boys, the wonderful sides, Megan slinging the drinks behind the bar, all right there, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Champi's Chicken, champieschicken.com. If you take I-65 to the beach, Jim is right in pointing this out when he talks about Champi's. You're always going to hit traffic. May as well just dive into Champi's and let that traffic clear out. I had to go down 65 to help move my daughter at South Alabama over the weekend.
Why is 65 always a pain in the
I don't know, but here's what I did. I went and played golf Friday afternoon, went home and took a shower, and about 6:30 rolled out, all the traffic going. And then Saturday, killed time down in Mobile, didn't roll out Saturday from Mobile till about 5, 6 o'clock, all the traffic going. You just got to do it at different times.
You do have to play around with the time.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants to, like, when they're heading back home, they want to get breakfast and then hit the road. And then so, like, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, it's just jammed.
I know. I mean, the checkouts are 10 o'clock typically. The check-in is at 4 o'clock, so you're hitting, the meat of that traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, the way to go, and you brought this up, and I know some other people that do this, let's say that you do a Saturday to Saturday. Instead of leaving Saturday morning, leave Friday night.
That's what we always do. Leave
I mean,
Friday
that's the smart way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, cram in as much as you can on Friday. Go in, take a shower, throw stuff in the car, and leave 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Friday night. You get home late Friday, but you don't have to fight traffic. I mean, what is Saturday morning doing for you? All you do is load the car and check out.
What are you going to do after you get done with dinner the night before you're supposed to head back home?
You're going to pack your suitcase.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only pain in the ass is for the driver at that point.
It is, yeah, but I'm willing to – I'd rather do that than sit in traffic.
Well, and when you get home, having that full buffer day.
That's right.
Like having a full Saturday,
rebound
waking
day.
up in your bed. Yeah, there is something about that.
Much rather do that than fight the traffic coming home. So anyway, all that to say, Champy's a good place to go eat.
It is, yeah.
All right, CBS Sports did this, not ESPN, so I apologize to Carter Bonds of CBS Sports, who says he has got the active NFL players that are currently Hall of Fame locks. This is not, hey, I think they can play their way into the Hall of Fame. These are guys, they have done it. There is enough.
Okay, I went through personally, and I came up with 28 guys that I think are Hall of Fame locks.
That is going to be more than he has.
Okay.
And
I
have not
might as well
counted.
go.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 he's got. So
Okay.
you got a few more. All right, these guys have already done it. They don't have to earn anything else.
And I'll tell you if I've got these guys as a lock or
Okay,
not.
4 quarterbacks. You want to say what quarterbacks there are?
Yes.
These are fairly easy.
I think I'm just going to give him a little love because he is the reigning MVP. Matthew Stafford.
100% Matthew Stafford.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
He's there. Yeah.
Pat
And 2 more.
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
And Josh
the
Allen.
other- No, Aaron Rodgers. You got to remember Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
yeah, I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would have Josh Allen.
He does not have Josh Allen.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. So that would take me up to 29. I continue to forget about that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers still playing football, and you would agree he is a lock Hall of Famer.
I don't know how you don't have Josh Allen at this point.
He does not, though.
I mean, if he was to never maybe take another snap. But, I mean, right now he's viewed as the best player in the NFL. He just won a MVP a few years ago.
There is one current NFL running back that is a lock Hall of Famer, according to him.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think it's Saquon.
Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, Derrick. I had
30.
I had Saquon.
Okay.
I had Saquon and Derrick Henry.
He does not have Saquon in yet. So you think Saquon's done enough?
I think Saquon's done enough.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Derrick Henry, he says the 12,000-yard club is a guaranteed Hall of Fame spot. Every single rusher to reach that landmark has been in Canton, and Derrick Henry's already there.
Oh, the consistency, the longevity.
Yeah. Real quick, let me see. How many yards to Saquon?
But those are the only 2 running backs I had.
Now, there are others, they're young in their career.
Oh,
but again,
Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, there are, I had 3. I had Christian McCaffrey. How is Christian McCaffrey not a Hall of Famer?
He does not have him in the Hall.
Yeah. No, Christian McCaffrey's definitely a Hall of Famer.
So you think 100%.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley career stats. I'm just going to see how close to 13,000 or 12,000, yards he is. It's going to take a minute there. So you think, really, Christian McCaffrey, a lock Hall of Famer for you already?
Yes. I know injuries have been a problem, but he's played in the league so long now. And he's still, when healthy, one of the top 3-4 guys in the league.
And this article does not say first ballot, I don't think. I guess I need to go back and confirm that. It does not say first ballot, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think some guys
locks,
are pretty
it
obvious.
just says locks to get their mustard jacket.
I mean, Pat Mahomes definitely is the first ballot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Stafford is. I mean, I would have him, but I'm biased, but I don't know if everybody would.
Now some of it depends on what he does this year. If he goes and wins the Super Bowl, Lance, 2-time Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford, I think would be an absolute. That's the first ballot.
With an MVP?
With an MVP, that's the first ballot. Wide receiver, I think it's going to be a little more difficult on you. He's got 1, 2, 3 wide receivers. I'll give you a hint. One of them is active, but technically not in the league right now.
Would that be Antonio Brown?
It would not be.
Receivers, I have Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, wide receiver 49ers, he says is a absolute lock Hall of Famer.
Yep.
He says, I didn't think about this. If not for injuries, that cost him half a season, he would have broken the NFL record for consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He's had such a consistent career, but he's done it, with all due respect to Dunaway's Buccaneers, he's done it in Tampa, which is not just like some sort of, if he'd done what let me put it this way. If Mike Evans had the same career in Dallas that he'd had in Tampa, this is not even, nobody even discusses this. He's thought of as one of the greats of all time.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys hanging out there, from the Justin Jeffersons of the world.
Yeah,
I mean, does he have Jamar Chase or Devontae Adams?
He does have Devontae Adams. Only 6 players have ever led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in 3 different seasons. And Devontae Adams is one of them.
I don't have a problem with Devontae, but he wasn't one of my locks.
Yeah, oh, really?
I had question mark next to him.
Yeah. The third wide receiver he has is technically an injured free agent right now, and it's Tyreek Hill. Do you think Tyreek Hill's done enough to be in the Hall right now?
I do not. I do not at all. I mean, Torrey Holt's not going to get in the Hall of Fame, and Tyreek Hill? That's a joke.
Only receiver in NFL history to post 2 1,700-yard seasons. Finished top 10 in MVP voting both times that year. Super Bowl title during his run with his Chiefs. He says he is in.
I think Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson have a much better opportunity to get in.
There's only one tight end mentioned. That's pretty easy.
That's interesting because definitely
more than one?
Travis Kelce would be in, but I think George Kittle, I probably would have Kittle in.
He does not. He's got Travis Kelce as a lock Hall of Famer.
Would you not have Kittle in?
Yeah, I think so. Especially with the way the tight end position is valued now.
Yeah, and there are 2 other guys in Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. If they have the seasons they had last year, for 5 more years they're in. Yeah. That's a big F.
As he points out, there's only 10 tight ends in the entire Hall of Fame. There's only 10 in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
But that number has come on.
Yeah, as he points out, it'll be 11 next year because Gronk becomes eligible next year, and he'll be in. All right, we go to the offensive line. There are 2 offensive linemen in the entire game right now that he says are lock Hall of Famers.
Trent Williams has got to be one of them.
100% with the 49ers.
Man, I'll tell you one that I had was Lane Johnson.
That's the other one.
Okay.
Offensive tackle with the Eagles.
I think those are the only 2 that I've got.
We're going to get to the edge rushers. There's one defensive tackle. And it is not Aaron Donald. I'll just say this. He does not have Aaron Donald because he's not currently active.
Chris Jones?
It is Chris Jones, defensive tackle with the Chiefs. That's the only defensive tackle he's got in.
Okay. Cam Hayward, I think, has got to be close. He say anything about Cam Hayward with Pittsburgh?
He does not. He doesn't even do like honorable mentions. No.
Okay.
All right. Now we get to the edge rushers where there are 1, 2. He does not have a single secondary player, by the way, in this thing. But he's got one, and that's hard for me to believe. There's not a single corner or safety that is. Do you have one?
I've got Kyle Hamilton is tracking
as a safety with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I also have Budda Baker.
Yeah,
should be really close with Arizona. I think Budda is that good.
Yeah. He does not have a single secondary player that he says is a lock Hall of Famer.
And I think Derwin James has got to be.
With the Chargers.
How's Jalen Ramsey?
Jalen Ramsey not on there either. I tell you, the end of his career has not been great.
No, it hasn't.
Miami and the Jets, not been great.
So edge rushers.
Edge rusher, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 edge rushers and then a linebacker, and that's it.
Okay, so I will 100% say that Myles Garrett.
Yep, with the Rams. Well, by the way, you've got a quarterback, a receiver, and an edge rusher that are all Hall of Famers. And if Aaron Donald comes back, you also have a defensive tackle.
I will go. Does he have Nick Bosa?
He does not.
Does he have Max Crosby?
He does not.
Damn. Does he have T.J. Watt?
He does have T.J. Watt of the Steelers, Khalil Mack of the Chargers.
I've got Khalil Mack on here, too.
And Von Miller, who's currently a free agent.
I do not have Von Miller because...
Really?
I mean, he's
because he's a free agent. Yeah,
just because I don't have him as active. And I think other guys like Aiden Hutchinson's got an opportunity. And then, obviously the guys that I mentioned there.
Yeah. He's got one linebacker in the entire NFL that he says is a lock Hall of Famer, and he's also a free agent, Bobby Wagner with the Seahawks.
I had Bobby Wagner on here.
Yeah, I think you'd have to put him in there.
Fred Warner?
He does not have Fred Warner from San Francisco. No.
Wow.
Yeah. That's it. I've given you everything he's got. That's according to Carter Bond, CBS.
Just other ones that I had.
Okay.
Micah Parsons, question mark.
I still think he's got work to do.
Yeah. Patrick Surtain. How is Patrick Surtain?
Well, that's what I'm
already?
saying. When you start thinking of defensive backs now, Surtain has been in the league how long? What was his last year at Alabama?
2000, I think he's been.
Yeah. I don't know that he would. I think he's certainly trending that way. I don't know that he's accomplished enough yet, though.
Panay Sewell on the offensive line for Detroit.
Yeah.
I had Nick Bosa. I had Fred Warner. I had George Kittle. I had San Francisco with 6 guys. Jalen Hurts, question mark. I know that sounds insane.
Really, huh?
But it's a question mark.
How much more would he have to do? He's got the 1 Super Bowl ring. He's been in
2.
another one.
Yeah. He would have to do more, definitely.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Such a polarizing guy.
Yeah, but you think, you're just saying Jalen Hurts right now trending that way.
Yeah, no, I think it's like Jalen Carter hasn't done enough for
Philadelphia, but he's trending that way.
But he's trending that way. Will Anderson with the Texans.
Well, that's somebody in the chat room. Michigan Manifesto. Will Anderson will be eventually. And I think he will be.
Yeah.
He's not done enough yet. If his career ended today, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Also on that defense, Derek Stingley.
Yeah.
I think Stingley.
Yeah, as a defensive back.
I think A.J. Brown with the Patriots now. I think A.J. Brown's got a at least potential.
Do you think some of his, he's kind of viewed as a guy that can pout and sulk if he doesn't get the ball. Do you think that hurts him a little bit?
I think it does, yeah. I think C.D. Lamb's got an opportunity.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson wasn't on there?
No, not yet.
That's crazy.
Well, give me. Do you have his numbers yet?
I do. He's played in the league 6 years.
Yeah, but that's 6 years. If it ended today, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's got 84. He's got over 8,400 yards already in 6 years.
I know, but
he's been the youngest player
Brooks.
to eclipse certain numbers.
Okay.
Time and time and time again.
Brooks, do me a favor though. Torrey Holt, pull his career numbers. They will blow you away.
I've looked up.
And the knock on Torrey Holt was what? That he was just in that Mike Martz system that was
that's Tyreek Evans was the same thing.
Greatest show on turf system.
Or Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
But yes, 13,000. Yeah, he definitely. It's insane that he's not in.
It's insane.
Well,
that's why I'm saying
about Tyreek Hill is like, I looked him up. He's if you exclude Kelsey, he's 6th among receivers in active yards right now. So, there's 5 guys that play the same position as him who have better career numbers than.
Well, that's why I thought Tyreek Hill. Never had him on the list. That kind of blows me away that he thinks he's basically almost a first ballot with as limited as this list is.
I don't know if they're including because he's won a couple of Super Bowls, but if that's the case, then Torrey Holt should be in too.
Yeah. Well, I think the receiver position is judged much differently now than it used to be. It's harder to get in for receivers.
It is. It's easy as a quarterback. I say easy. The quarterback gets the benefit of the doubt more than any other position.
But Justin Jefferson's putting up pretty similar numbers to what Torrey Holt put up. Torrey Holt had, 8 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons after his rookie year, and Justin Jefferson has got 6 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start his career.
And what about yards per grab?
Let me go back to that.
Yeah.
Real quick, and we'll get some chat reaction. Hang on. Before you do that, Crane U bringing us part of the show today. If you're looking for a career in that lucrative crane industry, Crane U is perfect.
Crane U, your all-in-one destination for crane certification success. They will guide you through every single step of the process, from the comprehensive preparation, both in and out of the classroom, to ensure you're fully equipped for even the toughest exams. Then they're going to streamline your experience by administering both the written and hands-on test right there at the facility, so you can get certified with confidence and convenience. Inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. When you make that call and you talk to Nicole or Francis, tell them the Next Round sent you. For more information, craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
And Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys, also bringing you part of the show. Alexander Shinara is a guy that is a Birmingham guy. Birmingham born and bred. Went to school at UAB and decided, hey, when it came time to start my firm, I'm going to start it in my hometown, take care of my hometown people. Boy, has he. More than $2 billion recovered for his clients. $1 billion. $2 billion. You can be one of those clients at Shinara.com. Whatever you face in the legal world, Alexander Shinara trial attorneys there to help you. Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shinara.com. What'd you have, Brooks?
So he is averaging for his career nearly 15 yards per catch.
He being Tyreek Hill.
Sorry, we were still talking about Justin Jefferson.
No, Justin Jefferson is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Which is pretty astonishing.
No.
He averages about 6 for his career. He averages about 6 catches for 90 yards per game.
I mean, I think he's going to be there eventually, but
he's a better quarterback. Yeah. He only had 2 touchdowns last year.
Well, that's the thing is like he's done it with a bunch of different quarterbacks too.
Yeah. Barry all right, here's just some of the feedback. I love this. Smuff says Christian McCaffrey isn't close. Barry says Christian McCaffrey has 13,000 total yards. So, I mean, you know, you're going to have.
I don't know how he wouldn't be close. I mean, again, outside of the injuries, and I do think durability is part of it.
12,000 is that number. I was not able to pull up Saquon's yards. Smuff says he's at 83.56, so he still does have work to do. I don't think if his career ended today, that gets you in. Is he tracking? Yeah, I think he is, but 83.56 does not get you in today.
Hey, what did you say that, real quick, Justin Jefferson averaged per catch?
Nearly 15 yards per catch.
Okay. Well, that's what Torrey Holt averaged in 11 years.
But, I mean,
I'm just saying, like, Torrey Holt to not be in the Hall of Fame is crazy.
And there's enough time. How long's he been out of the league? A decade?
Oh, he's been out of the league for 16, 17
years.
There's a ton of guys.
He's not getting in.
He's not getting in. I mean, that's over.
That's sad.
Yeah.
There's a ton of guys from that late 90s into 2000s that played that position that, like you said, it's just I guess it's just a different era. Like, you know, I used to work in Nashville with Derek Mason, and that guy put together a very quietly
very
incredible career.
Yep.
He had almost I think he had almost 11,000 yards receiving in his career, and he's never gotten any consideration.
Now, that said, Roger Craig's career ended a long time ago, and he went in this weekend. And, I mean, the Veterans Committee might help out on Torrey Holt, but, boy, if he hadn't gotten in 16 years of those numbers, I don't know, or I guess it'd be 11, 12 years, depending on how long he's been out of the league. Somebody else says Saquon's got 11,000 yards. That might be total yards there. I don't know. I could not get the number to pull it up. Nick says Kittle is better than Kelsey. Barry says they're both great. Darnell says Kittle has a little more to do.
Yeah, I mean, Kittle, outside of not having the championships, I thought when he was on the field was a better tight end.
Yeah. Clint says if you think Lamar is a Hall of Famer and Josh Allen isn't, you should be fired and never allowed to talk sports again.
I mean, Josh Allen is a better player.
It's not mine. That was CBS.
Even
firing.
As much as you dislike Josh Allen, you would agree.
Oh, yeah. Josh Allen is one of the reasons I dislike him is he's that good.
He's the best player in the NFL right now.
He gets – who do you think gets killed more for their postseason, though, him or Lamar? I think it's Lamar.
Oh, it's both.
I mean, but rightfully so, though.
Yeah, Burrow never gets brought up, which he shouldn't.
Well, he's been to a Super Bowl. That's
he has, but and that's the reason I bring him up. But like you can't count on him. He's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Whose career is parallel to that of they've kept running into Patrick Mahomes, who is this era's Tom Brady, so to speak. Like who was this quarterback who had was it Phillip Rivers?
No, it was Jim Kelly, really. I know he got to the Super Bowl.
I was thinking of like going up against Tom Brady in the 2000s.
Well, Peyton Manning in the AFC was always going up against Brady. If Tom Brady had never lived, Peyton Manning would be the greatest to ever have done it.
Yeah, I mean Peyton Manning would probably have 6.
Yeah.
I don't think Phillip Rivers ever won an MVP. I know Lamar's won 2. So, I mean, is Phillip and Josh Allen kind of comparative?
Yeah, maybe.
But, I mean, Phillip Rivers was not nearly as good as Josh. Phillip Rivers was really good. He couldn't win any big games. I mean, I see what your point is.
Yeah, never won an MVP, always in contention.
But Josh did win an MVP.
He has won one? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's the thing is like they keep running into the same quarterback. I mean, the window here has got to – maybe this is the window to do it coming off an injury.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's going to be more like – not that he plays like this, but he's going to be more like – if he finally gets one, he's going to be more Brett Favre. You know, Favre only had the one.
Daniel says Lamar has 2 MVPs and 3 first-team All-Pros. All-Pro is significant. That's not Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl, everybody and their brother makes the Pro Bowl. All-Pro – that's an accomplishment, man. 3 All-Pros is pretty dang good.
Yeah, I mean, and right now there are 2 second-team All-Pros for Josh Allen, but he does.
But he's never had the first team.
Have the MVP in 24? No, because Lamar's
eating up 3 of them in that conference.
Well, that's why I thought Pat Surtain should have been on there. He's already been All-Pro twice in his first 5 years in the league.
I had him in there, Brooks.
Yeah, but again, 5 years is not an NFL Hall of Fame career. He's trending that way.
I mean, where's Max Crosby? I've got him in.
Yeah.
Am I crazy on Max Crosby?
How long's he been in the league?
Oh, probably 7 years.
Yeah, that's just a short career for a Hall of Fame. Again, this was if it ended today. I know a lot of these guys are trending in the right way. But if it ended today, I just don't think Matt Crosby's in. If Max Crosby says, hey, I'm done, I'm walking away from the game, I hate the Raiders that much.
5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time second-team All-Pro. So maybe not. He's got career 70 sacks.
That's just not enough.
It's a lot of sacks.
It is. That's not enough of a career.
Yeah, but he has been 2019.
I tell you, McCaffrey's one of the most polarizing things you said. Smuff says McCaffrey's 30. He's got 7,589 rush yards. Really good player, but
he's got over 12,000 yards from scrimmage, though.
Yeah. I know he's caught a lot, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. Like, he's not going to have the rushing yards because he catches so much out of the backfield.
He's got over 5,000 yards receiving as a running back, which I don't know what the record is for that.
That's pretty high.
That's got to be up there.
Yeah, I don't think he was as good as Marshall Faulk, but he scratches the door of Marshall Faulk, and Faulk's in.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would say they're about the same.
Yeah.
He and Marshall
I mean,
Faulk.
I think Marshall was a little bit better and obviously more durable, but
Marshall Faulk has the most all-time by a running back.
Most receiving yards? How much?
68,075.
Wait a minute.
6,800.
Sorry,
I was about to say.
Sorry, 6,800.
Could you imagine 68,000 receiving yards?
My bad.
To the moon and back.
Yeah, but Christian McCaffrey's the active leader, and he is 6th all-time in receiving yards by a running back.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey will get in.
Interesting. I think he'll be a debated guy, though. It's the injuries.
Yeah, and I do. Like, I don't know what, Kyle Shanahan, the biggest offseason news for San Francisco was Kyle Shanahan's wreck probably. And, will this team be able to stay healthy with their power grid that's right outside of the training facility?
That's right. Poor Christian.
But, like, everybody talks about the Rams in Seattle. Nobody talks about San Francisco, and they're going to be damn good again.
Yeah. Barry's right. Roger Craig, who went in this weekend, was Christian McCaffrey back before backs did all that stuff.
How many of these guys?
He was so much better than Roger Craig.
No, I'm saying his game was Christian McCaffrey's game before anybody else kind of did
But,
that.
I mean, to think Roger Craig is in and there are people out there that are saying Christian McCaffrey should not be in.
Yeah.
How many of these guys in front? I only see 2 Hall of Famers in front of him on this list. Marcus Allen is in. Marshall Faulk's in. Keith Byers.
No. Played for the Dolphins.
Ronnie Harmon.
No.
Nope.
Larry Centers.
No. Arizona
Cardinals. Nope.
So, I mean.
Yeah, those
McCaffrey's interesting, though. That'll be a debated.
Do you think he will get in, though?
I don't know. But you got to think, one thing that helps him is running backs from this era. Derrick Henry is an absolute slam dunk lock Pro Football Hall of Famer. There's no debating that one. You think Saquon will get there? Maybe.
I do.
Who else is out there?
I mean Bijan,
if he continues, those are such early careers.
Yeah, way early.
Yeah.
Because, I would have put, 3-4 years ago, I'd have been like, Dalvin Cook's got a chance.
Yeah.
And
gone.
That's gone.
Yeah. I mean, who else is a running back? And I'm trying to even think of a running back, Lance, that has recently ended their career that's just on the wait list. All he's got to do is wait 5 years. Who is that? Who's a recently retired running back that you're like, man, if
you would have said for a minute that Zeke had an opportunity.
Zeke Elliott,
it's not
no.
going to happen.
Adrian Peterson probably.
Yeah.
Peterson will get it.
Yes, but I mean, there's one. I mean, that's one guy that's just waiting for 5 years to expire. So that's my point. There are not a whole lot of running backs because of the way the running back position has evolved.
And I do agree with, who was it that wrote this list?
It was CBS
Derrick Henry's in.
Frank Gore's not in yet, so he's probably waiting around.
Well,
too.
yeah, I mean, he's like second or third on the yardage list.
Here's the problem with, Frank Gore, that's great, but I never considered him. This is the problem with Hall of Fame. Like, numbers can't outweigh it, and I know, statistics are there for a reason, but I never looked at Frank Gore and was like, damn, that's a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
Like, I look at McCaffrey and I'm like,
well, I mean, longevity is why he's got the number he's got.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say it shouldn't, but it can't outweigh, like, I just watched the guy and he's amazing. I'm with Lance. Frank Gore was about as dependable a player as you'll ever have in the NFL. Did I ever watch him and think, there's a dynamic player? I did not.
Well, I mean, it's like in the MLB, though. I mean, like, God, I just totally forgot his name. The tall lefty that pitched for the Diamondbacks, Randy
Johnson.
Randy Johnson. Yeah. He's the all-time strikeout king, and he was like stuck around till he was like 45 pitching for the Giants.
Yeah, but when I watched him, I was like, damn, that's one of the most dominant. Like, the stuff that Randy Johnson had was next level crazy.
Yeah. Jay Bake asks, is Chris Johnson? I don't think Chris Johnson. I know it's a difficult situation right now for him.
I mean, the 2 or 3 years he had were absolutely incredible.
Terrell Davis got in on that, though.
Yeah, Terrell
but he
Davis
won
got
the
in winning
championships.
Super Bowls.
Yeah,
he
that's
won
like
2 Super
Eli
Bowls.
Manning. If
That's
Eli
right.
Manning didn't have a Super Bowl, they would battle for it because he's Manning. But there's no chance he would get
Somebody in the chat brings up Alvin Kamara. I don't know that it was a good enough career for Alvin Kamara.
But, I mean, Kamara was, who did they just talk about? Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
Yeah, Kamara had those years.
Yeah, you had those peak years, but there just wasn't enough around it.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, Brooks, that Kamara's not on those lists as far as combination. Because Kamara, caught it out of the backfield as well as anyone.
All right, as we go to break, we got trash coming up. New York Butcher Shop. Lance takes us to break. I know you had to be there this weekend.
I did.
With friends in town.
Yeah, buddy came in town Friday, so we picked up steaks. Me, him, and Jack had the steaks on Friday night. Absolutely fantastic. From the fresh meats to those deli sandwiches you can get for lunch or dinner. Fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts as well. 2 locations for you. The original, Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Rare quality, well-done service. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
When a motorcycle accident turns your world upside down, who's going to look out for your family while you're healing? Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys is here for you, fighting for injured riders and getting families the compensation they deserve. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you do. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law. Don't wait. Call 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical office, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champi's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champi's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champi's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champi's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champieschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple-header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. Trash coming up. Central State Bank bringing you part of the show. The bank large enough to meet every need you have, small enough to know you is Central State Bank. They are right there in the community where you need them. Dealing with a community bank is a different world now. When you have an issue, you're dealing with people in your community. When you're looking to buy that first car or start that business, people in your community at Central State Bank. Central State Bank, large enough to meet every single need you have, small enough to know you. Central State Bank, member FDIC. Have you seen what's happening at Gillette Field? Gillette Stadium, whatever it is, Field Stadium? The surface issue? So, after the soccer, we were talking about this. Everybody's like, well, if you can roll in turf.
Oh, so this is the after effect of the.
That's right. Yeah. So they listen and they're like, okay, well, we'll do that. And the NFL has not cleared the field for participation. So they're now going to have to tear it up and redo it. I don't know exactly what the issue was. But they've got an issue with their field.
Yeah, and I'm sure FIFA's not returning calls, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure. Yeah, we're out of here. So whatever the case was, it did not meet the NFL standard, so they're going to have to redo it. All right, let's bounce around a couple of SEC camps before we get to trash. We will start in Oxford, Mississippi. I miss this. I miss Kirk Herbstreit saying this. Doesn't really surprise me, though. Would you consider Trinidad Chambliss the face of college football?
No.
I wouldn't either.
No.
But Herbstreit apparently said that Trinidad Chambliss is the face of college football going into the season. You might wonder, what does Pete Golding feel about that?
There's a clip going around maybe yesterday of Herbstreit telling McAfee that Chambliss is the face of college football. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I'm all for it, buddy. I hope he is. I hope he's the face of college football at the end of the year. That's the key to the drill here around this game. Make sure people are excited at the end of the year. Make sure you're up for all these awards at the end of the year. I mean, all this stuff sounds real good right now, and all everybody's doing is just talking. And that's why I was getting on Kyle's ass. I'm like, Kyle, we just had a media day. It's like even 10 days. Like, what are we doing? We had one practice, So it's time for people to stop talking and making sure we're putting the work in and doing the things that we're supposed to do to put ourselves in situations at the end of the year to be successful. So I hope he is right. I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, he's right on that. You want him to be the face at the end because if we're talking about Trinidad Chambliss come late November, then Ole Miss has had a special season. I even think that there's more accomplished guys. Darian Mintz is more accomplished.
Right.
I mean, look, he didn't win playoff games, but I'm just talking about the longevity and, this career starts he's got. Other guys that have been there. Arch Manning, even in conference. Like, I think Trinidad's a better quarterback, but I think Arch is more of a face of college football.
I was about to say, Trinidad Chambliss not even the face of the SEC.
No.
It's Arch Manning.
Yeah. Dante Moore and Trinidad close.
Yeah. I did not hear Herbstreit say that. He said it apparently on McAfee's show.
What would be interesting, obviously if Fernando Mendoza was coming back, but even if Carson Beck was coming back, would Carson Beck be more of a face?
Probably so. He's recognizable. Obviously, people know what he looks like. He probably would. I just think Trinidad Chambliss is a great story. I don't know if we're ready for face of college football just yet. Certainly, I think nationally, more people know who Arch Manning is than Trinidad Chambliss, as good a story as Chambliss is.
If Diego Pavia was coming back, would he have been the first team All-SEC quarterback? And I asked that with all seriousness.
No, he'd have been in discussions, but it would have either been Arch or Chambliss. Who was it? Was it Arch?
No, it was Trinidad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think Pavia would be better than third team. I don't think he'd be in front of Arch on any of these teams.
But Pavia's numbers.
I know.
Trinidad's were better.
Yep.
But I would say that Pavia had the second best numbers in the SEC last year.
So.
Ty Simpson was right there. I've got it right here.
Based on what? What are you basing the note? Just overall numbers?
I would go like completion percentage, touchdowns, and interceptions.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson, 65%, roughly 28 and 5.
Pavia was 70%.
70%, 29 and 8. That's
pretty
crazy
good numbers
for a Vanderbilt quarterback.
70% completion percentage and almost 3,600 passing yards, 272 a game, was second only behind Joey Aguilar.
Yeah.
Pavia had a better year or two. felt like it was a bigger story year one, but he had a better year two. Sam Leavitt's ability to run off the injury. Like, you've watched a lot of Sam Leavitt at Arizona State, and when we had the anonymous coaches talking to Adam Rittenberg, that's one thing they said is the guy can extend plays on you, and that's really where he kills you.
I haven't heard any issues with the injury and coming back.
Well, I have not either, but Lane Kiffin has asked about it. Coming off the injury, how has it impacted the mobility? Here's what the LSU coach said.
With Sam Leavitt, how much was he able to sort of run around today, and how did he look on the move?
He looked really good. Sam's been moving around really well, and I wouldn't, if you just went out today and saw him, I don't think that you'd think there was an injury. I think he's all the way back from that. Now it's just getting up with the timing of everything.
I do think that that's an important part of his game. I mean, he was basically a 500-yard rusher 2 years ago when they were in the college football playoff. He's a very athletic guy, but, you know, if those numbers come back to reality a little bit, you know, if he only rushes for a couple of 100 yards, I mean, you know, tell me how good this LSU offensive line is going to be.
That's a big question.
And are they going to be able to run? Well, like, we haven't seen LSU run the football at a high level in a long time.
No, I mean, they were terrible on the ground last year. Terrible. Worse than Alabama and worse than Oklahoma.
Yeah, and that's hard to do.
I mean, Alabama and Oklahoma were bad running the football, and LSU was significantly worse than they were. So, I mean, you've got to improve that, no doubt about it. All right, before we get to trash, Hemp Hill Services, a mainstay at the Taylor house, but I think they finally got everything fixed. I want to knock on wood. I think they finally got everything fixed for you.
205-229-2090. Again, never ideal if something goes out, whether it's plumbing or cooling this time of year. But the good news is you've got a reliable bunch behind you in Hemp Hill Services. My friends that called them last week, I think it was a fuse was down or something. So they were able to get it. They serviced them, and they were ready to roll. That's the integrity of our friends at Hemp Hill. Like, if they can shortcut it for you, they're not going to make you like go full freight. If they think they can get another year or two out of your AC unit, they're not going to tell you they need a new one. They're going to explain everything in detail. I'm speaking from experience. These guys have been out a million times. 205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, tell them the next round sent you. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
I love to show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a blow job at your blowout at your salon. And it looks beautiful.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
So many people sent me that. And I forgot to send it to you, but everybody's like, here's your trash over.
I mean, technically, it is a blowjob when you get it. It's
right.
Yeah.
So with
the
a hair
best part
dryer.
of it is the presenter on QVC, after she says it, she just freezes up and her hands go wide.
So
like
you've
she's
not
trying
seen
to
it.
hide from the T-Rex.
But she's got her back to the camera. She's showing the back of her hair, and she's talking about it. And then there's another lady facing the camera, and you hear the lady go, "Oh my God!" That's the best part. That's the best part. You go, "Oh my God!"
The girls get their hair blown out as a dry bar, right? You wouldn't make it a blow bar.
No, you would not. No.
I think that's very, very confusing.
Yeah.
One new website, by the way, Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. One new website takes the movie libraries of major streaming services and turns them into a virtual video store you can walk around for that lovely nostalgia hit. Now, in 2026, we have access to thousands of movies at the push of a button, thanks to platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime. But there was a time when you'd have to actually go to a store to rent a film. I think you enjoyed that, Brown. I did.
It was actually kind of a magical time in life.
I mean, it smelled like a movie theater.
There was the joy of finding a new release actually in stock. Tyler, I'm going to say, Tyler, you've been to a Blockbuster. They would, like, I remember as a kid, a new release. So we used Video Ventures. That was the name of the place next to Winn-Dixie and Saks.
Yeah.
Video Ventures. And a new release would have 12 to 20 copies available. And they would just be, stacked on the wall, and you'd look behind and be empty. But if you found one in there, you're like, oh, man, I got one.
Brett's Video and Video Showcase were two big ones.
Yeah.
And then ultimately it became Blockbuster. This is before people got steps in. Like, I've never been, counting my steps.
Right.
But the steps I would get in a video store, because it's almost like now I can't find, it takes me forever to find a movie.
Yeah.
Just flipping. I would just walk that store, because if they didn't have the new releases in.
So here's what you would do. You would call Custom Pizza, which was right next door to Video Ventures. You'd call Custom Pizza, you'd place your order, and they'd start working on the order, and then you'd go to Video Ventures, get your movie, walk next door, get your pizza. You had a night.
I found
it was a night.
I ate pizza last night and Saturday night, but I found a new delivery service. Just fell into it Saturday night. Got to tell you about this pizza. It's unbelievable.
Is it near our home?
Yes.
Okay.
What's on the pizza?
I just got barbecue chicken, but I got the thin crust, and it was absolutely fantastic. And so I think now that Fresh Market's out of business, at least by us, that my Saturday go-to pizza is going to be this one. Nope.
Oh, that guy listens to the show.
Okay. Okay, so back to this. Binge Buster is a site that takes the movies listed on services like Netflix, Prime, HBO Max, many more, lines them up on the shelves of a store as a VHS. Clicking on any of them brings up a short synopsis of the film, the length, and the option to watch trailer on YouTube. Once you've selected the right movie for you, one click will take you straight to it, the correct platform where you can start watching. Have you done this yet?
I haven't, but I might check this out tonight because I always did love going through the different aisles in the Blockbuster.
Well, you'd go in like Blockbuster and you were going in for the new release and you had to time that out perfect. But you would also have the fallback.
Did you hit them up too? Like if I went in.
Did somebody just turn in so-and-so?
Yeah, randomly like Perfect Storm with George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg. Okay, I know it just came out today. I know there's no on the wall. Will you check the bin and see if
they
any
loved doing that, by the way. They loved doing
Never heard that, right?
Yeah. But you would always have a backup too. Like, okay, well, if that's not in, I'm going to get this. And you would go and secure it, and then you'd go check the new releases.
Yeah, I remember calling probably 3 or 4 different stores. I remember one Halloween, for whatever reason, I really wanted to watch Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, as one does.
Christina Ricci from 1995, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a fan?
Yeah, I was. I really liked Casper. I don't know why.
Did you see the terrible movie Prozac Nation with?
I did not. Okay. What is that?
No, it's just her like, transitioning to adulthood film.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of get the plot of the film with Prozac Nation.
Okay, I think I prefer the tone of Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, not worth the watch.
That's so happier. I agree.
Okay,
and the Addams Family. She was Wednesday Addams.
She was.
Help me out here. Agent 47 from Hitman. Should I know who this is?
No, not particularly. He's just it's a video game where you play a hitman and you go into all these different locations and you wear disguises to sneak around the guards.
Okay. Well, much like Agent 47 from Hitman, 33-year-old Tracy Mingo's run came to an end while he was preparing yet another disguise. Mingo of College Park, Georgia, arraigned on August 6th after allegedly robbing 10 businesses at gunpoint between October of 2025 and January 1st, 2026. Now, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, robbed Circle K's, Subways, Family Dollar stores. Prosecutors claim Mingo typically entered the businesses late at night once all or nearly all customers had left before threatening employees with a firearm. Mingo allegedly wore costumes from head to toe to conceal his identity, dressing as a construction worker, healthcare professional, and security guard during the robberies. Now, the FBI and local police arrested him January 2nd while he appeared to be putting on same security guard disguise allegedly worn during a Circle K robbery the previous night.
So we went back to the disguise too quickly. Yep. That's going to be what gets you popped right there.
Is right now currently in custody of the U.S. Marshal Services and faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 63 years if convicted.
You think it's
was not worth it?
Yeah, I don't think it was worth it at all. U.S. Marshals, I've seen those movies. When they get involved, they're going to track you down.
TikTok viewers paying to repeatedly shoot a streamer with apparent gel pellets, with the most expensive options promising thousands of shots at a time. Now, the creator, known only as, I can't even, no idea.
I don't know what that username is, but I've got the full video if you guys would like to, hear this as well.
I want to hear it.
Now, he appears to...
He's just getting lit up.
And this is legitimate?
Yeah. If you donate like certain emojis, it'll shoot a specified number of those pellets at him. And
what a poon! He's not going to take it to the face. What kind of long-term damage could this do to you?
I mean, I imagine just like some bruising and welts and stuff like that, because it's not like the plastic airsoft BBs or metal pellets or anything. These are like water-based sort of gel pellets.
So 13,000 followers at the time of writing this story. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
what?
What's the end goal for him?
Didn't that sound like Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, it really does sound like they're spinning a big wheel.
Oh yeah, it does. They are.
Viral chatbot claiming to be powered by AI has much more human secret. Every response originally came from one increasingly exhausted man. Chat TJB presents itself as the, quote, leading chat interface powered by AI, but its billboard contains an important disclaimer. AI stands for average individual, not artificial intelligence. Now, that individual is Tucker Bryant, 32-year-old artist, speaker, and former Google employee who manually responds to users through a website designed to resemble ChatGPT. Quote, picture this, ChatGPT, but on the other end, it's just me giving bad advice manually, Bryant explains in a video. Now, the project's website describes ChatTJB as, what is this? Some kind of intelligence here, handcrafted by a single human being. Now, Bryant launched the chatbot alongside a $6,000 billboard in San Francisco on July 27th. Chat TJB initially received between 50 and 100 questions per day. That climbed to roughly 1,000 daily prompts before a viral Instagram video caused traffic to explode to as many as 5,000 requests per hour.
And this is just a random dude giving you his opinion, basically.
Yeah, and this person said, let's see your best drawing of a cat. And so he drew him a cat and sent it back to him.
It looks like a bunny.
That's terrific.
It does look more like a bunny rabbit, but yeah, it's an average individual, not artificial
I
intelligence.
love that the tree is mostly blocking the disclaimer that says average individual.
Yeah, I didn't even see it at first. Now you got to zoom in to see that one. And if I'm driving, probably not going to catch that part.
Yeah, I'm not getting them to cut that tree down.
No, negative. We don't need to cut the tree.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That is Trash, presented by our friends at Bud Light. Don't forget NASCAR coming back to Talladega Super Speedway. The Yellowwood 500 weekend right around the corner. Go ahead and plan now and make sure you get your spot at the Talladega Super Speedway for the 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend. That is Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. Caps off of that 2026 Yellowwood 500. You can reserve your spot in the stands there at Talladega or the infield or the camping area by going to TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Also, enhance your race weekend with passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. There was a murder trial that began today, and I was completely unaware of this. Do you know the murder trial that began today?
The murder trial.
I had completely missed this story. Trying to solve a murder.
Is it sports related?
It is not. Well, it's got a sports connection, but it's really not sports related. There is a sports connection, though, that is quite significant in it. Nope.
Charlie Kirk?
Nope. No, it's way before that.
No idea.
Tupac Shakur. You didn't know that we had the Tupac murder trial starting today? Nor did I.
I have gotten so conditioned to get so numb to that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I've seen so many documentaries on, Biggie and Tupac and who did it.
Right. Drive-by shooting on the Las Vegas Strip is how he died.
I thought the guy that actually pulled the trigger is dead.
Maybe. The sports connection was right after a Mike Tyson boxing match.
Yeah.
And
in Vegas. I think it was September 13th of 1996.
Wow. September 7th.
Okay.
Wow, you're very close. So, unfortunately, this is going on a long time, but the person that is being tried is Dwayne Keith Davis, 63. He's entered a not guilty plea, and they started sitting a jury today. They say he orchestrated the killing in retaliation for an assault on his nephew shortly after the Tyson fight there.
And he also goes by the name Keefy D.
Keefy D. I didn't know how to say that.
Dum Dum went to jail for something else, gets out, writes a book, and talks all about the Tupac murder in the book, then does a podcast tour going on DJ Vlad and everywhere else that covers hip-hop.
What do the other
Crips
think about this? Like, doing the podcast and doing a tell-all book?
I mean, I don't know. I guess...
you're incriminating the whole group, right?
Yeah, you are. But it's not the first time that someone's gone on the internet and admitted to their crimes, and it won't be the last.
So it was within a year that Biggie was killed.
Oh, yeah.
And what they consider retaliation, right?
He was March of 97.
Okay, so it was much less than a year, actually. It was 6 months or so?
Yeah, roughly.
And that was also a drive-by, and they thought it was just retaliation for the Tupac killing, right?
Yeah, a lot of people believe that Diddy had a little something to do with that.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you imagine going almost 30 years without being caught? I mean, you feel like at that point now, DNA and everything has changed the game a little bit, but you would think that you probably sail away.
Yeah. 30 years after the slaying, though, we finally got a guy on trial for it that they say orchestrated.
But it also took 30 years for, if Diddy did it, then it took 30 years for him to lose all of his power and influence as well.
Do we still have like the court TV? Can you watch any of these cases anymore? Or is that gone?
I think it's streaming live on the internet.
Okay.
And I don't know if the entire case will be, but
I just remember some of those court TV cases were massive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the original court TV turned into what is now known as True TV.
Oh, okay. So but you can't necessarily go to True TV and watch a live case, can you?
No, but you can watch the NCAA tournament and not know what channel it's on.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That is a great point.
It's right after Impractical Jokers.
That's the only thing I know that's on that channel.
Least funny show ever.
That is their version of MTV2 playing the
ridiculousness.
Yes.
Now, I would rather
basically
watch
just reacting to YouTube videos.
the what was it? The home videos.
America's Funniest.
Yeah, I would rather watch that than the Impractical Jokers.
That's still on too.
Is that really?
Yeah, it's on ABC. It's the dude that played Carlton on.
Yeah. My youngest daughter loved it for a minute. Yeah, it's Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah, he's still hosting that show.
Can't be as good as Bob Saget was, right?
No, I mean it's different.
Tom Bergeron, I actually think
Tom Bergeron was
the
really
best
good
host
too.
of that
Yeah,
show.
I agree. He was better than Saget. Bergeron was good. All right, that's going to do it for the show today. This hour presented by Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com. Open for lunch right now. Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those great chicken fingers, wonderful sides, Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and Megan slinging those drinks at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com, champyschicken.com. We will be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Clay Travis with us tomorrow. We'll unveil team number 14. It will be of interest to somebody to my left. We'll discuss all of that tomorrow on the next round, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.